Hello, everyone, and welcome to what is bound to be another fabulous Tuesday. If you were with us during the intro there, you may have heard a little squeaking, which is really funny. So
we have to stay totally quiet when the intro is going.
Yeah, when the white screen with the bird, the phoenix, is happening. But Stephen Share randomly, for the first time, decided to make a lot of noise. So hopefully it wasn't too perturbing. But if it was, now you know what it was.
Yeah, I hope you're not perturbed.
So if you weren't with us yesterday, I continue putting Steven through the Marvel Champions ringer, playing heroic Marvel Champions. And I had Scarlet Witch. She came out last week, which I was really excited about. Kind of on theme.
This is the content Flesh and Blood players are looking
Yeah,
for.
well, it's on theme because I'm planning on playing Kano today, who's the Fire Wizard, which reminds me a lot of Scarlet Witch vibes.
The end.
So hopefully Steven stays sane. Yeah. People have been asking for this a lot on the chat. They're always
okay. Yeah, we got Wizard's Hip now.
They're waiting around to watch us play Wizard. I played it a month ago-ish, and miserably. I played it.
Yeah, you played it like every first Wizard. You know, you got to learn your spells and you got to go to Hogwarts and stuff.
That's right, all the way to Hogwarts. One year.
I did once in a fever dream of a stream call a wizard the Death Pinata, which I still kind of hold to, and then it seems like you attack him, and then you take a bunch of damage, and then your attack hits. Is that really how it goes? Is that fun?
I mean, so Wizard's current thing, if you're unfamiliar, Kano has the instant action through resources. Look at the top card of your deck. If it's a non-attack action, you can banish it and play it this turn. And so what that means is that, and he does all arcane damage.
The Storm Striders look amazing.
They are amazing, right?
Oh my gosh. You're bedecked over there.
My beautiful Arcanite.
You want to give you a real chores.
But what I'm learning about, there is the version that's just like, okay, you're doing your attacks and then I respond. You can't do anything about it. You don't have resources to pay. That's fine.
But you're not cool with that.
I think that's the like big end moment. And Blitz kind of warps people's perspective on this, because in Blitz,
I'll take your proxy.
Okay, I mean, it doesn't matter as long as we have it for reference. But in Blitz, you only have 20 health. Most heroes only have 20, and Kano only has 15. But he can literally chain out and do 10 to 15 in a turn. So in Blitz, you get him down to like 12 health, and every time you can kind of maybe YOLO into the game.
Right. Which is the story of Blitz in a lot of ways, is it not?
Yeah. But in Constructed, it's way different because you have to do 40. And so you kind of need to get them down to 14 or 15 still, but that takes a lot longer.
You just said you got to do it a few times in a game, you know? You got to... Or do you just tempo it out until... Are you really trying to do a little minor OTK Wizard stuff here?
I mean, I don't think OTK with Wizard in Constructed... OTK proper, like just waiting to do damage until the very end, isn't going to happen.
Because aside from Runeblade, you just can't hold on to your cards. Like OTK in a lot of other games is I can just hold on to these pocket of 5 cards until I draw into the final pieces and then launch it. But Flesh and Blood demands that you use your cards.
It doesn't really allow for that. So all that to say,
and that's why we play it.
The interesting part of Kano and Constructed is how are you playing to get to the point where your opponent is within striking distance? And once you get down to 10 or 15 health, you got to be careful against Wizard.
Yeah.
You got to hold resources.
Yeah.
Or he can just zap you.
Zapped. All right. Well, hey, Van. Sup, fellas, from Van. I always like to say hello to you, Van. Jim Boland, welcome back to Tuesday. See, you're on Twitch now. Glad you made the transition there from Facebook to Twitch. Very nice. I felt bad you were all alone over there in your little echo chamber in Facebook. So I'm glad that you made it to Twitch, where hopefully the commentary is a little bit more lively. Chris Gilling saying I can attest to 22 in a turn. So apparently you're not lying.
There are some crazy turns with Wizard. But think about this. 22 in a single turn.
That's nothing.
You could like turn 2 or 3 in Blitz, just win the game.
Yeah. No, turn 1. Yeah, I mean, it's
technically turn 1.
That's why, Blitz, I don't know. Blitz.
Yeah.
Blitz.
So I'm excited. I was doing test draws. Some of my characters, I feel like aren't... You were doing this with Reinhardt.
Winning?
Yes. But no, with test draws, it's actually a reasonable thing to test draw because you're basically stringing together a certain kind of turn that is less about what your opponent's going to do and more about what you can pile together.
Absolutely.
In some of the classes, it's like Dorinthia is impossible to do it this way.
Right.
Because you don't know when they're going to block, when they're going to react, all that kind of stuff. And that's all really relevant to all of her cards. Kano, on the other hand, you very much can do, right? It's basically like, what's the most I could do with this hand assuming I wasn't going to block them.
Right.
Right?
Great question to ask yourself.
Yeah, and if you do enough test draws, you start figuring out, it's like, oh, these are the sequences. You start seeing the patterns and the combos and the things you're looking for. So I still have a long way to go, but I'm way more comfortable than I was last time.
But that process that you just described is why pummel is so devastating. Because the moment that you're like, I can return way more damage than I'm about to take, and then they pummel that card out of your hand and your entire resource curve falls apart.
Yeah.
That's how you win games right there.
Yeah, but that's also, Kano can play around that, right? Because he instants out before the pummel even triggers.
Right. He's very good at that.
But that's kind of the thing that he can do interestingly. And I see a lot of players doing this when I'm watching games on like the Discord channel, which is your opponent attacks you, you can trigger his ability and see what you get once before you really start piling cards into block. And sometimes, you can basically figure out like, oh, I can do 14 damage here, and they're not doing 14 to me. So I'm going to play all my cards and just do damage to them.
Right.
But he's playing on the off turn. It's almost like playing Protection in Champions, where like he can play on the off turn. I think people get too focused on that too.
Yeah. Like, it's easy to get, because you basically get the bonus once, right? Once you go from on turn to off turn once, you have accelerated your game by a turn.
Yeah, and I think his most productive use is what I call the back-to-back. Because you don't get a draw till the end of your turn.
Right.
So, in fact, I think it's way more potent to have downturns where
double down.
I take some damage, then it comes to me and I actually do some stuff that makes you spend cards. Now you have a weaker turn, but also I get a full hand going on top of that turn. So it's a very weird tempo game. I'm excited to just get back into it, having way more familiarity and just comfort with the way he plays.
And we know more about instants and timing windows than we ever did, which means a little bit more.
Yeah, and your decks are obviously way refined since the last time we played.
They're
so that'll be an interesting challenge.
Quite a bit better. It's Toto. Just picked up Fab. Thanks to you guys. Well, that's wonderful to hear. On that note, anybody who still needs Unlimited Monarch for pre-order, basically a better than pre-order, a subscription that we offer. We have slots in that available, and it's filling up quick. To be quite honest, the pace has been accelerating. So if you do want unlimited Monarch boxes guaranteed at minimum advertised price, that's known as MAP in the biz, you can do that. Just hop on over to our website.
And free shipping at 3 boxes.
And free shipping at 3. It's the best deal in baseball.
And we
refuse to be beat.
We restocked the Blitz deck subscriptions.
And those are almost gone.
Also almost gone.
Yeah.
So if you want either of those, I would definitely do sooner than later. We know very little about the Blitz starter decks. There was some hype speculation from Rudy. We also know very little about the set, other than Light and Darkness. We saw that kind of like weird TCG player preview, where they don't have the text, but something's going on.
I think the ultimate question for the Blitz decks is, do these decks contain cards you can't get in the booster boxes? That's something that I don't know.
Because if you can get them in the booster boxes, obviously people buying a bunch of boxes.
Less exciting.
Less exciting. But if there's anything in there you can't get in the boxes, then good lord.
Forbid the gold rush that would happen once that is known.
But you could always sign up for a subscription.
You cancel
if that is the case, you're good. If not, you can get out of here.
And that gives me an opportunity to market to everybody out there. The most technical marketing on earth, which is how the subscription works. It's very simple. I know a lot of people will say that, but this is actually simple. You go over there, you check out with a subscription. It'll ask you for your details, your payment method, etc. You won't be charged anything. It's not like a pre-order where you put a bunch of money down and then you wait and it gets delivered. You're basically just saying, hey, I want these things. And then 2 weeks before those things release, we charge whatever payment method you saved with that checkout experience that's on file. And then you get an invoice, and then we send you those products. So if you've ever thought, I'd like to pre-order something, but I'd like to not put any money down, and I'd like to only get charged right before it releases, and I'd like to get it shipped a little bit before release day so that it can hopefully get to me on release rather than start processing on release, then the subscription is the best thing for you. You can cancel any time, no contracts, no funny business, no hidden charges, no fees, no
etc.
Etc.
But once you are charged, there's no going back.
That's
Just
right.
to be clear about that. That's the one moment. There are no fees and stuff, but if you get charged for something, you're getting it.
You're getting it.
Krydo is saying, do you ship internationally? Yes. 2 is, what would you recommend for a 2-player starter set? I think the best, lowest cost entry is the Blitz subscriptions, the Blitz starter subscription. The first decks are coming out at the end of April. So that's not that far away. It's a great way to get in. If you can find boxes of Welcome to Wraith or Arcane Rising, technically a box or 2 of Welcome to Wraith would be a great start as well. But those Blitz starter decks, the subscription comes with 4 pre-built, ready-to-play decks. Super easy way to get into the game at this point.
Good idea. Stephen Gleason saying, you mentioned free shipping on 3 boxes. Currently have a 2-box sub. If I add a Blitz deck sub, does that qualify? It does not. Free shipping. All these subscriptions are maintained in their own, think of them in their own lane. So they're all functioning in a very efficient, kind of streamlined process for that individual item. So nothing is combined, nothing ships together. There's no crossover between free shipping promotion, anything like that. So in that unlimited box sub, if you have 3 or more boxes, it ships for free, and that's the only thing that it's going to look at on the system. And then I can't not read Ryan Roper's comment here, who will be helping us throughout the stream with time and questions. I'm sure I've had TC subs for 2 years now. No regrets. Would recommend.
No regrets.
So you heard it from Ryan himself, and that's the most trustworthy guy on the chat there.
What else could you want to know? Dysphoria says, still hanging on for news about UK distribution.
Yep.
Actively working on that. I don't expect to have anything for Flesh and Blood for Monarch in that lane, but we are working to solve that problem.
There's one final technical bug that has thrown everything into array. But it should be done, that should be fixed mid this week, so tomorrow.
Yeah, then there's also a bunch of other things we have to connect dots on, but we're getting there. James saying my Fab cards just arrived over here in the UK from you guys. Can't wait to play more properly.
Oh, great.
And thanks for feeding my growing obsession with this game. Happy to do it. We're just fortunate to be here, honestly. It's Toto saying, do you guys know if there'll be a reprint of the Blitz decks from last time? So the original decks that came out were actually full constructed decks, and as far as I know, those are not being reprinted. But there is somewhere on the Flesh and Blood website where they list the status, whether it's out of print or reprint inbound or whatever. So you want to check that out.
Also worth noting, Zach.
Yep.
I just saw it. Welcome to Wraith Unlimited is restocked just now.
Oh, nice.
We have some more. They're at MSRP. We have some more boxes of Welcome to Wraith Unlimited. So if you need Welcome to Wraith, if you're still looking for that, we did just put a new wave of boxes in. So those are there. Enjoy.
And
I don't know how long that's going to last.
Yeah, who knows how many there is. I know there was a long wait list for that product. So those are probably going to go, but if you are looking to get in, someone asked earlier.
That's a great place.
A couple boxes of that set is a fantastic place. And we'll keep restocking all that stuff as much and as often as we can. David Lee saying, I'm trying to stay positive about the secondary market distribution issues. It's very dissuading, yet this game is amazing. Yeah, I mean, this is a tale as old as time. Legend Story Studios, I think, is making a lot of really good decisions, and they're moving as fast as they can. But I think they really got caught off guard last August, September. Things went, it's the craziest thing, beyond anything I've ever seen for any game. So it's a struggle to keep up, let alone in the pandemic, let alone for a new publisher, let alone with the printing issues you've been seeing at places like Carta Monday. So give it time. They are continuing to get more product out, and they're ramping up as fast as they can from everything I know. So they'll eventually get there.
I would say this is less a distribution issue than we're used to dealing with like a lot of the LCGs and whatnot, right? So like a lot of this is literally there are not enough factories printing cards right now to keep up with all the people that need cards printed.
Yeah.
So there's so much you can do there. I mean, you throw money at the problem, I guess, is probably the only solution. But when Pokemon is like having like bone-crushing issues with supply, anybody else who's experiencing issues, I think, gets a little bit of a like, well, if Pokemon's having problems, you're probably doing okay.
Absolutely.
As well.
Funkola saying, LOL, this is totally the home shopping network.
That's right. You too can get, speaking of, we've got these unmissable prototype tokens that we'll be using today, testing out some designs just to see the visuals on the table. And so we'll be working with that. We've got nothing new on the board, but we do have some new ideas for it. I was not a fan at all of how much it was essentially in the way of kind of the normal Flesh and Blood experience where you have your weapons here and you can slide them up into the combat chain and slide them back. It felt very cumbersome to actually pull them out of like a board and put them in. Because unlike Marvel Champions, Arkham Horror, etc., it's not really just framing an asset you're referencing. You're interacting with these cards a lot. So I didn't like that it actually felt like it slowed the game down and was a little clunkier. And I don't necessarily think that that's what people are looking for. But we do have another idea. And it, according to Jonathan, it might be ready here in the next week.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's quick. You guys are moving. Appreciate that. Hey, Mongo is saying, I haven't been able to get my hands on Arcane Rising in my area, hoping they are back in stock soon. The reprint for that is supposed to be here imminently. Welcome to Wraith was first, and then Arcane at some point. So if you want, hop on the waitlist on our website, but also the general market should be getting supplied at some point. Carlos asking, Ashes or Flesh and Blood, which is better? Very different.
Beautifully different games.
Very different. I think they're both phenomenal dueling games. Very different art styles, very different vibes.
Very different distribution format.
Yep. So
they're the perfect complement, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, you will like one of them, I can assure you. And you'll probably like both. And so then it's about, do you want to play the collectible game or not? And do you want to do the 3-month release thing, pre-constructed decks, or not? Do you want to do both? I think they both have everything to offer.
Yeah, I would definitely check out both if you're interested, honestly, and see which one you like better, maybe both. David Lee saying totally different games. I play both. Subscriptions to both. Did
you see Andrew's comment here? We'll do one more comment and then I'll beat Zach real quick. Andrew Del Vicio says, imagine telling people a year ago that not being able to meet in person would lead to people mass buying physical cards. We literally just recorded that podcast. Like, we just clicked off recording the podcast about that exact thing. It went a lot of weird places. It was a good
real
podcast.
Weird.
I think it was good. So keep an eye out for that. 166, I think it'll be probably this week. We'll post that up.
Yep.
Whenever old Steve Aruni can get his audition running.
Sometimes Friday, sometimes next week. You do have internet out in the land now.
Yes,
so
that has helped a lot. Yeah.
And then there was Mr. Green saying, how is the multiplayer aspect of Fab? I don't know. I know it exists. I haven't been in a position where I could actually play it. So
there's only one player here.
I'm excited, though, because I love playing Shiana in Blitz anyway, so that she's only cooler in that kind of scenario.
We would have a great time with a multiplayer format. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, make some cocktail. I love this, by the way. It's a great comment from Matthew Nutt. He says, yeah, just go check out Pokemon at your local Target. The Pokemon wall at your local Target. It looks like East Berlin.
Yeah, no joke, man. That's crazy times. Okay, so I'm going to play against you with Aelia.
Okay, good start.
Which, for all intents and purposes, I think will be a favorable to Wizard, because it's Redliner. Like, I have very little resources.
Okay, good start. Good warm up.
But it's just going to be kind of a race. I'm just going to try to shoot you with as many arrows as possible before I die. And this is where
tear up to Reinar by the end of it.
That's right.
Punch me in the face a bunch.
This is where sideboarding becomes really relevant. So we were talking on the Discord this morning about how constructed can seem pretty overwhelming, because it's like, oh, sideboarding, like what? You got to figure out all your different stuff. So here's my suggestion for this. It's basically just make a 60-card Flesh and Blood deck. If it's your Blitz deck times 3. That works. Choose your equipment. You can sideboard like you do in Blitz, and then find out where you're losing to. That's it.
Start adding stuff to your sideboard. Yeah.
Just keep playing. Like,
That's what we've been doing, right?
I noticed against Ruinblade, it's like I'm not fast enough for the one-turn kill with Aelia, because the triggering hit effects that are supposed to slow you down don't really matter a lot of the time. So the strategy isn't enough to win. But that's a very niche deck, and one answer that Ranger has to it is Feign Death. So then it's like, well, if I put this in, that matchup goes maybe to favorable for me. And so that becomes a sideboard option.
And then welcome to Meadows, because then I'm like, well, now I got to run Chains of Eminence to make it where you can't play Feign Death on my big turn. And then he's like, all right, well, now I got to run Chains of Eminence to say Chains of Eminence, so he can't play Chains of Eminence. But
that's right. It's beautiful. And then you're a Lebowski, I'm Lebowski.
Buggerlug saying, where can I find a link to the TC Discord? So we go to teamcovenant.com. You scroll all the way to the bottom.
Communication
Discord is linked right there.
There's a thing.
You can click it, and then you can join the Discord channel. Jim Valin saying, I need a single non-foil Redliner. Not sure why it's so hard to find. We might have. Is Redliner, that was from Crucible, right?
Probably.
Let's just look. If we have it in stock,
Hearing Shot looks so good. I don't even know. I don't even need to unsleeve these. I just wanted to do that. Make myself uncomfortable.
Jim, here's a great solution for you. We have it on our website.
$3
in stock.
Watch out. $3. Boom. 3 easy payments of $1 all at once.
That's right. 3 easy single one-time payment. Gotcha.
Where's your? I've got to do Arcane Barrier. This is a whole new world here.
You do.
My binders.
You need the generic binder for the equipment?
No.
Wait, you have your equipment? Didn't you have a stack of?
I'm just looking for Feign Death. I've already solved my problem.
Great.
I was just sharing it with you.
Jim Valin says my installment plan is coming. And this Nidus, I think, was asking earlier if we post our decks anywhere. So we should. We have an account. There's a Team Covenant account. I will try to do this. The problem is I built most of my decks in my personal account. I did see someone on the Discord had reverse engineered some of our decks, but it would probably be handy for us to have those decks in their current state there. So I'll try to make that happen.
But then I can't surprise a metagame with them. It's like I'm giving more to the stream than I am to myself.
Well, that's what all the games after the stream that we don't publicly stream are for. All the secret tech.
My actual Ranger deck?
That's right. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
All the secret tech that I brought that I'll never share with anybody out there in the public.
Indigo.
So I'm holding the belt.
That's right.
It's not true.
The championship belt.
It's not true. You can know my deck and I'll beat you.
That is the true sign of a great warrior.
It's a sign of greatness.
Indigo saying, how large will Blitz decks be? So Blitz decks are 40 cards, plus armor, plus a character, plus a weapon. I assume the pre-built Blitz decks will have all of that in it. Bruder saying the sacrifices of a content creator.
It's tough. Let me tell you, being on this side of the camera.
Toby says, I see binders and also stacks. How do y'all store all the cards? I find it more difficult than other games to store for some reason. Do we have a binder for each class?
I got this.
It's out of stock on our website. Archive.
You can look at it on our website. You can't buy it, though, because everyone bought them yesterday.
Yeah, we're going to get more.
So this is the best we've found. Oh, there's nothing in here yet.
Well, we have all our cards for Flesh and Blood and binders, technically. But then this, for I like a little deck box in there.
So this, I was just looking for something to store anything in a way that wasn't cardboard.
Yeah.
And this is the nicest combination between like usable storage, like 2 real rows, and it fits your top loaders and stuff. So like I just have my Flesh and Blood decks, essentially just sitting in here like this. Mm-hmm. Now, if I were real, I would put them in these deck boxes. I don't know if they fit
your top loaders.
loaders. That's why I couldn't put them in the deck boxes. Yeah. But then if you do use deck boxes, you can have a few deck boxes in here, and then you can put the rest of your collection or whatever your sideboard cards, whatever you're working with in there. I have my Ashes in here. I've got my Flesh and Blood. I'm going to have my Sky Tear in there. I'm just going to have a box for all of the stuff that I have to care about.
Yep.
Have to care about. Yes, such a burden. Caring about fun. Okay.
Such a weight to carry.
I've sideboarded in 3 Feign Death. I cut the 3 Searing Shot. This is my pivot slot. Mm-hmm. I'm going to regret not having as many arrows. But my thinking is I'm probably going to be doing more damage on the hole because you're going to be blocking less, potentially.
Maybe I'll surprise you with my defensive wizard.
I'm going to have Dominate. I assume you may not have a bunch of defense reactions. Maybe you do. And we'll play it out. So then I've got Red Liner. Let's go to the top down, shall we?
Kevin, we're still prototyping. Look at my beautifully arranged Kano cards.
Now, this is one of the best things about Ranger. Perch Grapplers, just kidding, of course. Skullbone Crosswrap, critical card for the class, also has Arcane Barrier 1. Bullseye Bracers, critical part of the class, not critical. It's an okay. Also Arcane Barrier 1. So Null Run is not exactly necessary. Now, of course, Perch Grapplers probably become Null Run boots. Then you got to ask yourself, are you giving up the tunic? No. It's not even a question.
Never.
It's in Rhinar, too.
Yeah.
It's in everywhere, Zach.
These tunics were made for wearing.
These tunics are just everywhere. I could also do Arcanite, but I'm not going to.
You've got a tunic. I've got a tunic. Everyone's got a tunic.
Everyone's got a tunic.
Everyone doesn't have a tunic. I'm happy that I have a tunic.
And I just got all my Null Run stuff sleeved in these sleeves, Null Run and Iron Rot, so I can always just roll into it. Get those Null Run boots.
Yep.
That's Arcane Barrier 3. Is that the number for Wizard? Is that enough?
So if you picture, as an example, fundamental, red zap, 0 for 3.
Mm-hmm.
So if I use my Crucible of Aetherwave to make it +1, you cannot block the 4th damage.
That's
no matter
fine.
what you do.
Yeah.
The only reason that matters is on cards like Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom is a 2-cost that does 3 damage. For every damage I do, I can look at the top card of my deck and play a wizard non-attack action that costs that much or less for free as an instant.
Mm-hmm.
So if I make it a 4, you cannot stop me from potentially triggering that. There's a case to be made.
The only thing I could do is put those relics in my deck, those blue Arcane Barrier 1s.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up Tunic because I'm losing the race if I give up Tunic. That's the beautiful thing about it, isn't it? You got to ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Why are you doing it? Beautiful Scab Skins. I'll be with you shortly, Reiner.
My dear Reiner.
Yeah, the true. Although I still think Ranger's my favorite. Probably because I started winning with Reiner. Okay, here we go. Dorinthia, out of here. Dorinthia is like the black sheep of my current deck building projects. I want the double sabers to work, and I just don't think it's as good as Dawnblade.
Apparently, tall Dorinthia is doing quite well in the Blitz circuit these
Yeah,
days.
it makes sense, right? You launch an attack, and then you stack up as many attack reactions as you can put in your deck.
And then if it hits, you get extra counters to be good next time.
Yeah, no, because Blitz, you know what? I have a lot to say about Blitz, but I'm not going to say it because it's a great format. Might not be the format for me.
Blitz?
Might be essentially like two children slapping each other in the face until one of them passes out. These are the things that I could say, but I'm not going to say them.
You ready to rumble?
I'm ready.
I'm going to draw. Even Steven? You're going to throw me some of those dice that I'll inevitably need?
Yeah.
All right, even Steven. Here we go. It's odd.
Oh, right. Hold on. I need the prayer. That's right, Chris. Thank you. I do need the generic binder. You have it over there? I got a sideboard in even harder.
You praying?
We're putting in the goods here. This is my arcane sideboard. Or, I'm going to play one without it, and then I'm going to play one with it. And we'll see if it, makes a huge difference, because it will.
All right. I'm going to go first.
So literally, though, it's definitely the call. It might be more important than Feign Death. Probably is.
Yeah. I think against Runeblade, Feign Death is super critical. But against Wizard...
And I'm putting the prayer. You told me already. All right, fine. And it's basically because you can do all of your damage before the Feign Death trigger happens.
Obsidian saying, Steven, stop hating on Blitz. Some of us don't have time for Classic Construction, even if it's a more balanced format. It's just different. Balance is I don't even necessarily think it's differently balanced. It's just that Blitz is a tighter, quicker game. So
different things are better in the. I mean, I'm not going to play Yellow Sigil in a constructed deck.
Yeah.
Gotta have breathing room in that slap fight. These are the things I could say. I'm not going to say them, though. I'm not going to say them.
But it's just a very different format.
It is different. Very relevant.
And depends on what you want, you're after. I enjoy both.
You just want to play Shiana.
I do. I like having that card on the table.
No, that's a card.
Stained Glass for the win.
Irina's Prayer. Ever since they announced Monarch with the light and dark stuff, I've noticed that every one of these cards seems to have some sort of divine
connection.
Yeah.
It ended up being more mystical and religious than we ever expected.
Which is where I want all of my things. Bring on the religion. Okay. Should I leave Feign Death in? Sideboarding hard. Is Fate Foreseen going to matter? Are you doing any normal attacks? Just tell me. No, you don't have to tell me.
You'll know soon.
All right, I'm dropping Feign Death. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This really doesn't matter against Wizard.
It does.
Unless you're doing a Scar for a Scar, and then all of a sudden, you're going to blow me up.
Well,
before this resolves, you can bake in all of your instants. You know what I mean? You can do all of your damage before.
But doesn't each of my instants resolve, and you get a chance for instants as well?
Yes.
So, you take a damage from one instance, and you cancel the next.
Yeah, is that right, Ryan?
Because,
unless you stack them all up. No, that's still...
No, you still get an opportunity every time one resolves.
Yeah.
I think it's really good against
Okay,
me.
let's keep it.
Because I have things that do damage based on previous damage that was done, right? Or the Kano specialization, the 0 cost. Let me find it.
I'm dropping Fate Foreseen for it.
What is it called? The Blazing Aether. 0 cost. It deals arcane damage equal to the amount that I've done this round. So that could be a 10.
Perfect.
And then you're just I'll cancel the 3 before this, or I'll take 3 and then I'll cancel 10.
Okay. I'm with it.
Would be good.
You've made a good point. Okay, let's try the prayer. And you can't see, this is the thing, you can get overly defensive in your sideboard and then your deck stops working.
Yeah.
At all. And it's well,
yeah,
I'm not doing any damage.
Sometimes the best defense is a fantastic offense.
That's right.
Did
you hear about Dak Shepard? Is that right? Is that his name?
Dak Prescott?
Yeah.
Cowboys quarterback?
Yeah.
Did I hear about it? Yes.
I heard it on the news this morning, local news.
It's officially confirmed that I am still, for the next 5 years, going to not be a fan of the Dallas Cowboys.
Everybody was talking, man. They said it was a great decision.
He's a nice kid. I'm old enough to call the sports players kid. The average NFL player is younger than us.
He's making like $4.6 million a game, man.
Yeah, I mean he
must be good.
He
pays that kind of money for something that's not
fine.
Good.
The Cowboys do.
The Cowboys,
that's why they're good at losing.
They actually do that constantly, don't they?
He's a nice guy, and he's more talented than most other humans on the planet at being a quarterback. I'll give him that.
Yeah, true. Definitely better than I am. I can throw a football, though.
I'm telling you, I get hit by one NFL player, and I don't get up for a while. Those are monsters. Honestly.
Yeah. All right, done.
I like that you gave me a chance to cut your deck.
Well, I see 911 Eddie saying need Enchanting, Melody, and Arena's Prayer. Now, if I sideboard Melody, Prayer, and Feign Death,
that's your whole sideboard.
I've got nothing else for the other matchup, so I don't think that's enough.
Ready to be living on a prayer?
Oh, my friend.
You ready?
Yeah.
I'm going first.
Okay.
Tune it, counter on. All right. Well, let's start here. Trigger Kano's instant. Pitch in Eye of Ophidia.
Ooh.
Top 2.
Just now you know your opponent has got the goods. We're going to be using some, like I said, some prototypes to track resources and armor breaking there. Broken armor, that comes in nice on the camera there. And we're doing some action use tokens, which would probably be pretty handy. So like once per turn you use it, you can mark that. It'd be helpful.
Noted.
Will we forget? Probably.
Grab a couple. Definitely. So I opted. I put one on bottom, one on top. Then this resolves. I get to banish a card. I think I have to banish it face up.
Good evening, James.
Do I have to banish this face up?
What does it say?
Look at the top card of your deck. If it's a non-attack action card, you may banish it. If you do, you may play it this turn as though it were an instant.
Here's what we found out. The banish zone is open information unless it says face down, which it does for Intimidate.
Okay, great.
So you put it face up for our friends on the camera.
The yellow zap. I'm not playing it yet.
Okay.
And I can play it this round as an instant.
That's right, David. Turn 1 eye flex there.
Let's just flex some more. How about it? You want to see some? This is gonna be a flexy.
Show me that. You drop that golden tunic.
Red scar for a scar. Promo version. Very rare.
Only available.
Very, very rare. It has to go again because I only have 30 health to start the game.
Oh right, it's a good card for a wizard.
Eat that, Ranger.
Hey Ranger, you like this? Idiot. Oh, you know. I don't know. Yeah.
Gruder, the flex.
Block for 3.
Okay.
Taking 1. You cool with that?
You good. And opt 4.
No, it's
Oh, you're just blocking.
block with it.
Got it. I got it.
Played the game before?
No. Okay. Let's think about my life. I think that's the right call.
Can you give me that mulligan, man? I'm gonna have a perfect hand by the end of this.
Let's.
Actually have some good boots, so you know that this ranger means business.
He means it.
Those purge grapplers.
Let's go ahead and play as an instant zap for 2.
Any other shenanigans going on here? No, just
Not
an
yet.
instant. You're passing priority to me.
I'm playing that instant and then passing prior, like
Okay.
whatever.
You have to actually pass it because you could play it instant, and then you pass, and then I have the
start
opportunity,
resolving.
and then we start resolving. Yeah,
I'll do 1 for now.
just 1. I'm gonna trigger Arcane Barrier 1. Check this out. I'll do it. It'll be nice. I'll generate 2 money. Trigger Arcane Barrier here. Prevent 1. Trigger Arcane Barrier here. Prevent 1.
Okay. Then let's cards in hand.
2.
Okay.
Both blue. I'm running blue liner. Jordan Hightower. I just sold my cold foil purge coppers to my LGS for store credit. Figured that was their best use.
Let's go ahead and use Kano's ability again.
Okay. Yeah. Your Huckleberry here.
I'm not gonna banish it.
Okay.
Arsenal?
Okay. So you're ending your turn. I have a chance for instant.
Go ahead, yeah.
I just want to freak you out like I'm playing Wizard too. We both get to draw up on the first turn, so that's worth something.
Mm-hmm.
Tunic counter. We're getting better.
Slowly, painfully.
All right. Well, you know, there's a point in this game where I kind of feel like I should be playing Knock the Death Whistle as a 3 prevent damage rather than actually using it. But I'm going to play silly. I'm going to play Knock the Death Whistle. Search your deck for an arrow card, reveal it, shuffle your deck, put it on top. Now, things that actually matter against a wizard. Nothing, I think is the answer here.
Great.
Blanking Kano would probably be relevant.
I mean, not really. I just use all of his actions.
I know, that's what I mean. But at least it kind of forces the pinata to open up.
To pinata.
That's what I mean. It's like, I don't even know. Maybe just do a worthless arrow here.
Is there such a thing?
Yeah, all of them against you, yes. Let's throw remorseless up top there. Speculation on how much the cold foils are worth. You didn't pay that much for me.
On the table, no.
Good stuff.
I was very excited when I pulled this cold foil Fangirl Spring Tunic, and it was nowhere near the value it currently is. If I think about it too long, it makes me uncomfortable. Genuinely.
Let's put this one down here. Okay. That's on the reload from Knock the Death Whistle, so that's resolved. Go again. Let's use Aelia's ability. Put this on bottom. Put this in the arsenal face up.
Have ye no remorse?
Let's pitch one to generate one for remorseless. Let's spend one. Shoot a dominate arrow at 5 damage.
Okay. Cash dominate, eh? What's the effect?
You can't play defense reactions from your arsenal, so potentially I stuck one there. If it hits until the end of your next turn, whenever you play an action card, you lose 1 life, even if you play it as an instant.
Cool.
So that actually is a very relevant arrow for you.
Could be, yeah.
If it hits.
You've played one and sent another to the bottom, so that's good for me. I will not put any cards in.
Go into reactions.
You get first reaction.
I have none.
Let's play a blue unmovable. Paying 3, blocks for 5.
Come on.
Got him.
All right, throwing this in the arsenal, and then this goes on the bottom.
All right. Alrighty, Roo. Token on the tunic. Bumblebee tuna. I think.
Just imagine an unmovable wizard. It's pretty cool. As an idea.
I was gonna say you shall not. All right.
Then he moved his way to enlightenment.
That's right. Leveled straight up.
What's down there?
Something. I declare. I'm gonna generate 1 for the Crucible of Aether Wave with a floating resource. It's a +1 to my next thing. Then from Arsenal, I'll play a red zap for 4.
Let's generate 1 to play an Arena's Prayer from Arsenal. So it's 6 minus the top card pitch value. Yellow. So 4 damage prevented.
Nice.
And I get to know that that's a hamstring shot.
Which is useful information.
Which is very useful information.
Yeah, it's very synergistic. Okay, so you block it all.
So prevent the next 4 arcane damage that would be dealt to me this turn.
Did it.
All right.
That resolves. So I'll put this in Arsenal.
Okay, got ourselves something here. Spending a prayer to play a prayer. Prayer for a prayer. Spring Tunic.
Bumblebee Tunic. HCWS says, hey guys, it's time to make those sweet Flesh and Blood subscriptions Euro-friendly. You have an entire continent to exploit. We are working actively on being able to offer our tokens and subscriptions in the UK.
We will exploit. Luckily, we're already GDPR cool because
Cool.
We don't track anything.
We're going through, we are cool, but there's other things we're working through.
Wow. They went to law school.
It's the dark arts.
Using Redliner to throw an arrow card face up into Arsenal. I'm going to use Aelia's ability to reveal the top card into my Arsenal face up. That's a hamstring shot. Then I'm going to pitch a Feign Death. Generate 2, spin one of them to shoot a 4 damage dominate hamstring shot. You've never seen the likes of something so terrifying.
I'm mortified, vilified. I will not put any cards in. You get first reaction.
I have no reactions.
We're going to go ahead and absorb an Aether defense reaction for 4, paying 1 for it, and it technically says the next effect that I play deals arcane damage this turn deals that much +2.
So that's happening currently.
Currently, there's a floating +2.
And you have 1 card in Arsenal, 2 cards in hand. And I've got 1 resource floating. Could be a total. See, you've got to have 3 to generate the instant ability for Kano. I'm gonna actually play Wizard. I'm gonna know what I'm doing here. So if you drop a blue.
Evan says, dang, they really don't track anything. I don't even see Google Analytics on their site. Yeah, we took it all out.
It's gone.
We don't track you.
Not at all.
None of that business.
Hate it. Hate all of it.
We did an episode called Data-Driven Death of the podcast where we go into the decision and why we were making those changes.
So you'd have to pitch a blue to make. Is there anything that makes things in your hand instants?
My boots.
Okay, that's 1 and to destroy them.
Destroy them, pay 1, and then the next wizard action I play is an instant.
So if you want to do that, you could right now.
Easily.
Or you could pitch blue to use Kano's ability. If it happens to be something good, you could play it as an instant. Okay, no reactions.
Okay, that defense resolves and breaks out. And you don't have to go again or anything, right?
No, I don't.
Now that it's my choice.
Yeah. I'm declaring the end of the turn.
I'm going to trigger Kano's ability.
Yeah, going fishing.
Chris,
Chris, we did have Hot Jar for a while, but it's also removed.
Why not? I'm going to banish Tome of Faendal.
Okay.
Then I'll play a Tome of Faendal with a Tome of Faendal. Cost me 1 resource as an instant. Draw 2.
You just get to do that?
It's a non-attack action card.
Oh my gosh. Wizard stuff.
Draw 2. I will pay 2 plus my floating 1 to trigger Kano.
Like I said, it's like watching your opponent do origami.
Sure. I will pay 1 to play a blue snapback. That's going to do 3 damage because that +2 is floating.
Good questions. Good questions. I'll go ahead and pitch Lunging Press. Generate 3 money. I got 4 cash. 3 for Arcane Barrier 3.
What's the 4th money from?
Lunging Press. Pitched it out of hand.
You had 1 floating.
1 from Feign Death.
Yep. Okay. So you cover that up?
Yeah. Because I was debating, do I want to give this attack +1, the hamstring shot, to make it hit? Or do I hold a blue? So I don't know if it's right, but I'm definitely not racing anybody. I can tell you that right now.
We're just taking it easy.
We're just, it's like going on a cruise. No stakes here.
Tunic on. You ready?
Yeah.
From Arsenal, Red Zap.
3, he says.
And I'm going to actually just spend the resource here. Make it a 4.
Make it a 4. It's hidden. We'll generate 3 and take 1.
All right.
Slow train to Georgia.
Finally got through. Draw my 4. Slow train to Georgia.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's play.
T saying just UK, Barcelona is cool and sunny, you know. We're starting with UK. Obviously, English-speaking countries, we have more of an audience there. But potentially you could subscribe anywhere. I don't think it's much different subscribing in like Italy or Spain from the UK as the US. I don't think it'll save you much now that the whole Brexit thing happened.
You've got nothing in Arsenal. Knock the death whistle onto that sleep dart, I suppose. And then we're going to reload here. Let's see if I remember how to play this. Okay. Oh, I need a tunic up. It's important to that turn.
Bumblebee tunic.
Bumblebee tunic here. Plunder Run yellow.
Next
attack is +2. Then we will use Redliner. Put a salvage shot face up. And we'll use Aelia. Roll that into a sleep dart.
Here comes the sun.
Then we will use the tunic resource to launch a sleep dart at 7 with Dominate.
And that blanks me?
It blanks your hero card.
Okay, well, I will react. You have no cards in hand.
Nothing.
This is my moment.
Let's go.
All right, I'm going to use Kanon's ability with a Heart of Faendal. Give me that life, though.
LOL.
I will banish it. It's a yellow Cindering Foresight. So I'm going to go ahead and play this as an instant. The next card I play this turn with an effect that deals arcane damage gets +1. It also has Opt 2.
Go looking.
Putting that under.
You put both under?
I put one under, left one on top. Sorry to get you excited and just
pull that slot machine.
Totally destroy your. I'll pay 3 for Kano's ability, and we're gonna banish a Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom.
I will play Sonic Boom.
Generate 2.
You have no cards.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm generate 2. Play Sonic Boom as an instant. It's +1 because of the Cindering Foresight. So it's a 4 damage attack coming at you.
I'm taking 4.
Okay, take 4. When that resolves, if it deals damage, look at the top card of my deck. If it's a wizard non-attack, it's not. But if it were a 4 cost or less wizard non-attack action, by golly, I could play it right now. And then I will...
Wizard possibilities.
It's like that Shia LaBeouf. Then I'll just take 7.
You're not gonna put it in the defense there? It's because it didn't have a defense value on it?
It does have a defense value on it.
All right, so you're gonna take 7. Plunder Run is gonna trigger. I'm gonna draw a card. I'm gonna put it in my arsenal and passing the turn.
Okay.
And you're blank.
I am blank. Put this here, put this in arsenal, pass the turn to you.
Somebody fan me. This is a turn. Tunic. I'm going to use the cross wrap. Show you a red Nimblism to look at the top card of my deck.
James Armstrong says wizard instants should have a shot clock. They take so long to figure it out. I don't think that took me very long, right?
Nah.
I haven't been stewing too much.
No stew. No stew till Brooklyn. Okay, we can set up a turn here. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Huh. Boy. Boy. You gonna block this or what?
You never know with old Wiz.
At a certain point, you kind of have to, you know?
Edacon says, TC UK distribution, say goodbye to my bank balance. And say hello to a world of opportunity.
I'd like to tell you about...
I like the voice crack. That was great.
That's from Garden State. It's one of the best movies ever. Okay, let's play Red Nimblism. For 3. Then let's play Take Aim for 3 more. And reloads.
Hello!
Reload here. Then we're going to use Aelia's ability to put the top card in. Face up.
Fat Guy T says, what's a bank balance? I remember when I had one of those before the fab times.
And finally, we're going to pitch Enlightened Strike to shoot a 10 damage dominate hamstring shot.
Is that all?
Yellow. That's right. I got 1 card floating and it's blue.
All right.
Caleb asking why are some cards in top loaders? That's something I did. They're Zach's cards, but they're too valuable to not.
He got nervous.
This one not so much. I don't know why the bullseye bracers are in there. Oh, cold foil, aren't they? That's why.
Yeah. I'm not gonna block with anything. You get first reaction.
None.
I will react. Let's react with a Fate Foreseen.
Okay.
Red.
What do you see?
My future.
Hey, Joe Fletcher, amazing. Another newcomer from the UK here. Just subscribed for Blitz decks and an unlimited box. Have fun. Awesome, Joe. Hey, thank you. I know the
awesome.
shipping there is high, but we appreciate that.
Okay. So
come on in, pinata me.
Freaking wizard.
Show me the butterfingers.
I'm gonna defense react from here.
Okay.
From my arsenal. With a wait, I meant to throw these in.
Sure.
If you don't mind.
That's fine.
I block with that, and then this, and then this.
So that's 10
for
total.
I'm at 10.
Yeah.
The next thing is +2. Then I'll use Kano's ability. Banish here. It's a Sonic Boom. We will Sonic Boom. The 5 damage Sonic Boom.
Back at me?
Yeah.
I'm not going to deal with that.
Okay. Take 5.
Taking 5.
Then I get to look at for Sonic Boom. And I get to play it for free. It's a blue snapback for 1.
Taking 1.
Okay. And then all that resolves and I block for 10.
And you take Nunsies.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. You know,
that there.
Do I have to appreciate a turn where my opponent has a defense reaction in their arsenal and 2 in hand? You just take that turn.
Yeah. That was a pretty good exchange.
That's why you play constructive.
Matthew Elglass says, I just subscribed to this. I have no clue about the game or what I subscribed to, but you guys sold me on it. That's amazing. How did we sell you on it without you knowing?
This is going into my arsenal.
It's one of the best games I've ever played, so I think you'll enjoy it. Colin says, oh, Wizard takes a long time? Smooth.
And then it's your turn.
I have no cards in hand.
That's
Put
right.
a counter on Tunic, pass to you.
Okay.
I got to get back to that back-to-back sequencing I was talking about earlier.
All right. Cross
It's
wrap.
not happening, though. Every time I draw a hand, it's like, here's how I can use it.
Here's a Ravenous Rabble.
That's what I was saying. I have been practicing test draws with this deck, and it makes my turns take a lot less time.
Yeah. I'm going to opt down. Then I'm going to play Ravenous Rabble. Reveal the top card. It's Yellow Plunder Run. So it's a 5/4 3 damage attack coming at you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 0, 1. All right, well, let's start where all good things start for Wizard. You know what I mean? Let's go Yellow Cindering Foresight. It's an instant. If it's not my turn, I can play as an instant. +1, opt 2.
Yeah, just take a look.
Take a look.
Reading Rainbow.
Put 1 under, 1 on top. I will not put any cards in.
Okay, reactions. Pass.
I'll pass. Take 3.
Taking 3. Go again. Okay, red take aim. So +3 there. And reload this card. Let's see this card. Then I will generate 1 money. Play an 8 damage arrow without dominate. Red sleep dart.
Just a normie.
Just a norms.
Cards in hand.
1. wonder if you could run Wizard out of deck. Could you outblock? Could you just brick it with 40 health?
Wizard?
Yeah.
The problem is, even at Arcane Barrier 4, if I have a way to get to more than 4...
You'd have to do it over 40 times, though.
Well, and you just pay to stop it. So you don't even lose cards.
You don't lose. That's what I mean. It's like you could do it infinitely.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what you should do.
But also, like, if you're not playing cards from hand, Wizard can just pass.
Yeah, I mean, we could just both pass until the game time is called. And we both get a loss, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably good.
I don't like the way this one smells.
How'd you get to 31 anyway?
I'm not at 31.
No.
I think I should be at 21.
That seems about right.
I have no idea what I should be at.
You definitely took a big 7 at some point. I think if I remember correctly.
I think I'm at 21.
That's believable.
D20s, dude.
Well, you make them whatever you want. It's the worst die on earth.
I think I'm gonna just escape this turn very casually.
You don't want to just take 8?
No. I just don't want to be blank. So, no dominate.
No.
I'll block for 3.
Okay. Reactions.
Pay 3 for unmovable.
Oof. Hey.
I didn't like what I Cindering Foresighted into, so.
Putting this in the arsenal.
All right, gain a token, draw 4 your turn.
Let's see what we get into here. Well, you're going to have a shot here. Tick up on the tunic there. All right. Take aim yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna give me a +2. I'm gonna reload here. Yeah, that's right. Then I'm going to cross wrap. It's a yellow plunder run. I'm going to leave that there. And I'm going to take that back entirely. I'd rather have the +3 than the +2 from, I don't know, the card draw is okay. I'm thinking keeping the yellow in hand might be better than keeping a red in hand. Because my options are, I mean, this is what's going to happen. I'm about to buff this arrow to Kingdom Come. And I can make it a +2 draw card or a +3. What do you think?
What's the card going to do for you?
Arsenal. Let's stick with it. All right, let it run. So another +2. Hits draw a card. Then we'll play Nimblism.
Jiminy crikey.
Gonna go up to 7 there. And then we're gonna knock the Death Whistle.
Well,
it's time for choosing.
Could be the turn I just take a punch and then go for it.
We're gonna put Remorseless on top. That seems normal. And we'll use Aelia to swap this in. And we'll tunic out. 7 + 5, you do the math. 12
with dominate?
With dominate, yeah. It hits, I'll draw.
Unfortunate.
Yes, excellent.
And what's the hit effect every time I play an action?
Every action card is -1 life.
Do not like.
It's like in World of Warcraft where that hunter just keeps hitting your
And you're out of cards.
Ending your mage. I'm out. Yeah. It's yours. Yours to have. Cold pizza. No, I do not play headshot. I don't find that it's good enough, honestly. But not exactly an expert. Chris, I'm definitely not running it in this matchup. I'm actually not running it in this deck at all. Hard to find room, honestly. This is a very specific concept. So the concept is always get a hit effect every turn. Against Wizard, it doesn't matter, really. But
all right, let's start here. I'm going to pop my boots for 1. I have 2 floating.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to instant a Tome of Aetherwind.
Oh, gosh, that card.
Draw a card, draw a card.
Everybody out there not playing Wizard, hope you're enjoying your games. I love it. This is what it's so taxing. I'm over here just like, wee, arrows.
I'm going to use this resource.
I pull my bow back.
And we're going to play Yellow Lesson in Lava.
Try to shoot. Yeah, on the Fandals?
Yeah, use the tunic resource to play this.
All right, you did it. Deal 3.
As an instant. Yeah, it does 3 damage. And then I get to search my deck for a wizard card with cost equal to or less than the damage dealt by Lesson in Lava.
It was 3.
Yeah.
We'll see what your damage is compared to this arrow. See if it's a good trade. Thomas, that's hilarious. Accidentally saying Evan Grossman. Evan asking if Metacarpus is necessary. I would say Stormstrider seems to be most important.
Do the math on this.
Yeah, Wizard plays quick.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to put Chain Lightning on top.
Okay.
Here comes the whiz.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Chain Lightning going on top. Then I have 2 floating resources.
Some of those tokens are actually super handy.
So we'll spend 2 and 1 to use Kano's ability.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get Chain Lightning.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pay 1 to Chain Lightning for 3.
Okay.
And then the next wizard non-attack action card I play is an instant.
Okay.
Okay. Then as an instant, I'll play Blazing Aether for 6.
And it's going to do 6?
Yep.
All right. We traded. I'll take 6.
Okay. Then I'll throw my helmet in.
All right.
Oh, you have less health than me. It doesn't have any armor yet.
That's right.
So I won't throw my helmet in, but I'll take 12.
Take 12.
All right.
We traded 12 for 12. Guess that's all right. And I'll get a card out of the deal.
Boom.
Maybe that's better. Throw that in the arsenal.
Start of my turn.
I don't even... No, I don't think
Tunic.
I'll throw this in the arsenal. I'm not arsenaling this.
Okay. I'm just getting a tunic counter and drawing back up to 4.
Okay. Oh, I knew what that card was, too. I could have played that better. Could have been better. I could have been a contender.
If Coach just put me in, we would have won state.
All right, Tunic gets a resource. Let's start with Ravenous Rabble.
What is the card?
Oh, right. You get to see it. It's blue.
Aha!
2 damage attack coming at you.
I'm going to toss in my skull cap while I can. Take 1.
Take 1. All right. Got more of that than I thought. Well, You know what? I think this is the kind of turn you just pass. I wish I had a weapon.
Yep. You do have a weapon. It just doesn't do anything.
It's just weird. No, I'll shoot it. All right, fine. Fine. Redliner. Pitch that Feign Death. Generate 1 for salvage shot. 5 damage, no dominate.
What happens if it hits?
It goes to the bottom of my deck. And I play it forever. I find it in the dumpster.
Card's name?
1.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to read a book to me or maybe a story?
I'm going to take 5.
Oh. Okay. Then do it. Prove it to me.
Down to 3.
This goes to the bottom of the deck. I'm going to try to move to the end phase without incident.
Oh, you're good. No, we're good.
Oh.
I'm even letting you draw.
Woo! All right, I'll put this in the arsenal, I guess.
Tunic token on. Ready for some wizard cheese?
Are you ready for some?
We'll see. I'm switching to my back-to-back structure.
All right, here we go. Well, you got 3 life to do it with.
I'm going to play Gaze of the Ages.
Okay.
So, opt 2. First thing.
Right on.
Yeah, we'll leave that as it is.
You ever been in a fist fight with a scholar? Hide me.
Okay, then
I know you're trying to shoot me, but
I'm going to generate a resource to play a yellow snapback as an instant because I've played a wizard non-attack action. 2 damage coming at you with snapback.
just 2?
Just 2 currently.
I'll generate 3 with his blue lunging press.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll block 2 of that damage with Arcane Barrier 1.
Okay.
Twice.
So you block that. Then Gaze of Ages.
Colin says you should snap back before Gaze resolves.
That's what I'm doing.
You did, okay.
Yeah. I guess technically I'd snap back and then opt.
Yeah.
Is what it would have to be. Because then that means this pops back into my hand.
Oh, do it whatever the
Yeah, so
right way.
you play-
Hold on, let's look at it again.
So I play Gaze. Before anything happens, I play snapback.
So you play Gaze, you don't pass priority. You play again in that same window, snap back.
As an instant.
Then you pass priority to me.
Yep.
And then I don't respond, and so we start resolving.
Then you block 2.
Block 2. Okay.
Yeah, this is the chain I intended to do.
All right, so then I got 1 floating.
So you block 2.
And then I
But
pass.
now, because I've played this, when I resolve this, I opt 2, and then it says if I played a wizard non-attack action, this actually goes back to my hand.
Right.
And I have because
Yeah.
of snapback.
Yeah.
Then I will spend these 2 floating and 1 extra from this gaze to do Kano's ability. Here, I'm going to banish a Sonic Boom.
How did you know?
You know, miracles. How do they work? Then I will pay 1 on Crucible of Aether Weave to give +1 to my next thing. Then I'm going to pay 3 or 2 with 1 floating for a Sonic Boom.
And this is actually on your turn.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to draw back up going into your turn.
What's your, how much damage you doing here?
4 damage. And if it hits, I get to look at the top card of my deck, and if it's a wizard non-attack action, et cetera, et cetera.
And this is your turn.
Mm-hmm.
And hitting in this game has to do damage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, we're going to spin 1 for Irina's Prayer. Revealing a yellow, so it's going to block the next 4.
Okay. So you covered that up.
Covered.
These go under. This goes over. And it's your turn.
Tunic. We're going to get weird now.
Indeed.
Can you do 16? I mean, I guess is the that's what we're looking at here. Kind of a weird hand. Boy, that is a weird one. You really have to take the dominate shot. You can't mess around. There's no messing around here. So maybe I'm just going to keep everything so that I can block everything until I get a dominate arrow. Next level baseball here. I'm going to pass and try to go to the next phase.
Mm-hmm. I'm also going to pass.
All right. Put that in Arsenal. Draw up.
All right.
It's like we walked into the saloon and decided not to draw our guns.
Tunic counter on. All right. You ready to roll?
Yeah.
I'm going to use my Tunic resource to play a red life for a life.
Ugh.
You love to see it.
Mm. And you would gain a life there. And I would take 4.
Yeah.
Why does all this stuff have blade break? Why do they hate this class so much? Why?
But someone wants to know if you want to be famous on Instagram.
Oh, man, I hate this decision. I hate this one. Least favorite decision yet in the game. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm going to block for 3.
Mm-hmm.
The worst block in all of the game.
All right.
I'll take 1, you gain 1.
You love to see it. Okay. Interesting.
Have you ever considered if I did want to become famous on Instagram?
I have considered it, yeah.
Be good for the business, wouldn't it?
Quite the consideration.
We could be influencers.
That's right. Aren't we already?
I could take a picture of like a Flesh and Blood card at the Grand Canyon. Be like, just TTYL or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not on there.
I'm not on there. Hilarious.
You could tell by the way I used like an instant messenger joke.
I think this is the best I can do. All right. Follow me on this.
Okay.
I'm going to play Blazing Aether. I've done no arcane damage yet.
You've done nothing.
But I'm playing it, then I'm going to react with an instant.
So let's just, we'll just follow it. So nothing happened. I can't do anything until you explicitly pass. You can stack that thing up.
So I'm going to take an instant. I'm going to generate 3 technically, but I'm going to play a yellow. Actually, no. Back this up. Use my Crucible of Aether wave. I have 2 floating resources. So the next thing is +1.
Okay.
Then I'm going to spend 1 to yellow Snapback as an instant. I played a wizard card, so this now becomes an instant. It's 3 arcane damage sitting here.
And what does this thing do? So Blazing Aether is the next one.
Yeah. So, and I'm actually going to spend my floating resource here. Whenever I play a card with an effect that deals arcane damage, I can pay 1. If I do, the effect deals that much +1. At the beginning of the end phase, I destroy this.
So this goes to 2?
Yeah. So now it's a 4 damage snapback kind of.
I've got news for you.
Yeah, you better have a prayer.
I'm going to generate yellow. Play a Feign Death.
Okay. So play the next damage. You prevent your next instance of damage, right? Okay. So you prevent this. This resolves at 0.
That's right. You can't blow someone up that's dead.
That's right. This goes away. And then this goes away.
Like,
I'm basically just need to keep you off of as many cards as possible.
Doing that. Because it's still weird that at any moment that 15 could technically happen.
Easily, yeah.
And I've got 1 card in hand and a Tunic. I'm going to opt with Cross Wrap. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna knock that down. This isn't it. This isn't the moment. This is not it.
Yeah. No.
Ugh. I'm holding it. I'm holding it, man. I'm holding it. I'm holding it. I need that to be an arrow. I'm going to pass.
Okay.
Going for it?
At some point, I'm going to have to.
Did you just take a turn? I mean, is it your turn now?
Started my turn, right?
If I pass, if you let me, unless you're going to instant out at the end.
We're good.
I'm going to draw back up. And a critical part of this play.
Yeah.
Is that permanently face up now? Yeah. Oh, no, I can't do it again.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, yes.
Okay. Here's what I'm
going to have to YOLO one now.
going to opt for. I'm going to play a Tome of Aetherwind. Draw 2.
An absolute classic.
And then... That's that. There's this. I will... I'll save those. Pay 3 the Kano with 1 floating. I guess. Blue zap.
How dare you?
Let's play a blue zap for 1 as an instant.
All right, I'm going to yellow hamstring shot. I'm going to generate 2 and block 1.
Okay. Then I'll spend 1 to play a yellow snapback. 2 arcane damage as an instant.
Anything happen if I get damaged by this?
No, not currently. I do have cards that reference the amount of damage I've done throughout the turn, you know.
Oh,
don't you know?
Rumbadillo, right? I'll block 1 and not do anything about the rest of it.
Okay, take 1. Then I'll just pass the end of turn.
Okay.
Arsenal, clear, draw.
Boy, it's YOLO time, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean.
Sometimes it's YOLO time.
Yeah, we're gonna plunder on red. It could be a little less YOLO-y. Oof.
How much Yoda low, you know?
Yoda low. Yeah, I think it is the YOLO moment. We're gonna redliner into red in the ledger. Red. It's only in red, I guess. Red in the ledger, yellow would be kind of a tough one. Then we're gonna Aelia. Don't worry. Here comes Heart of the Cards. Hey, that ain't bad.
That's pretty all right.
I can't hate it. I'll go ahead and play Enlightened Strike with +2. Put this on the bottom to pay for it. And we'll go ahead and do a 9 damage Enlightened Strike.
No dominate.
10 damage, excuse me. 10 damage, no dominate. If it hits, I draw a card.
So it's +5.
Yeah.
Currently.
Chris, I'm glad you're loving the tokens. They're actually doing some work right now. The greatest magic of all is enlightenment.
Well, this is the choice. This is the moment. Can I do 14? Maybe.
Consult the scrolls. Ryan Roper just made a couple $100 on GameStop. Time to buy more cards.
Nice.
Yeah. The world's crazy right now. Money is in weird places, and I can't even entertain what's possible in terms of just making money for no reason. So I just can't. I can't get involved in GameStop or any of that stuff. Even the card, it's like, just trying to do good work. Provide value the old-fashioned way. Produce essential goods and services that people love and need. And the marketplace will reward you. Call me old-fashioned.
It's interesting because if I explore my options, then I don't have any options.
Whoa. Someone's throwing Enlightened Strike right back at me. Very Socratic.
14. Cards name 1.
One card.
I can definitely not die.
Technically, every card should be 3 defense, right?
Mm-hmm. I cannot die. Mm-hmm.
Not in Wizardland. Can't block with a book. Cold Pizza, you have a great question, asking, how do you stay hydrated during these wizard delays? It's a great question. Honestly, I turned to my old friend Nalgene water bottle, made in the USA, 48 ounces, pure HDPE food-grade plastic. Of course, plastic, has been having some tough times in our environmentally conscious world. I was an environmental science major. Plastic was really one of the things that we learned was devastating to the planet, and I agree with that. However, plastic that sticks with you for your life, like a good friend, like an old dog, like something that you can always rely on, that will also keep your brain so hydrated that you can make better environmentally friendly decisions in other parts of your life, I feel is a worthy trade. So grab an Nalgene and grab it for life. Officially sponsored by Nalgene water bottles. Made in the USA.
All right, here's what I'm going to do.
A friend to wet brains everywhere.
Now that we had our moment. I'm going to trigger Kano's ability with an Eye of Ophidia.
Okay. Wait, you're back to the bottom?
I shuffled because I searched my deck. Good thing I did that.
Good comments there, everybody. I honestly subscribe. Also, Daniel's saying HTP is very recyclable, which is a bonus. I think there's only one R, and it's reduce.
Put both of those under. Then this resolves.
Oh, you opted into the mashed potatoes there.
We'll banish a lesson level.
That's not mashed potatoes.
That's
Those potatoes are baked.
That's anti mashed potatoes for sure. Okay, interesting. 14 is still a large number. 4.
Well, guys, if we can get an official sponsorship, everybody can buy the Nalgene, the Covenant branded Nalgenes. I'm sure they're watching. Surely the buzz has caught on by now.
Whew. My brain hurts right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking real hard too, Think about what I'm going to make for dinner. Oh, I'm not. Zach's buying me dinner.
That's right.
For my birthday.
Huh.
Would it help if I made noise?
How about
Obnoxious noise?
Oh, you know what?
Dripping.
As soon as I play that, I'm just gonna have to go for it.
Wizards are very, kind of instinctual creatures. They don't think about a lot. They just act.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
What's up, Danny? Good night. Joined late today. Any updates on prototyping? We've got some of our prototype tokens here coming into some of the final stretches with these. This red with black ink is appropriate, but it's a little hard to read.
It's very hard to read.
It just kind of
All
disappears.
right, I'm just going to swing for the fences here.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
You know, we are going. I see. I'm gonna play Yellow Cindering Foresight.
Okay, now this is just banished still?
It's still banished, yeah.
Okay.
So I get +1 to my next thing, and I get opt 2.
All right, I'm gonna put it here in this little pocket of wizard land.
Yeah.
All right, so it's gonna do what it's doing this.
I
So
opt 2.
it's just gonna get +1 to the next thing.
Yeah, this is going under. Okay. This is going on top.
Next card you play this turn with an effect that deals arcane damage instead deals that much +1. Okay, so just a pretty heavy burning sensation for something that's just doing a little buff, but
Very cindering situation. Okay, I am going to pay 1.
I noticed your pint glass is empty of water there.
Yeah,
Perhaps that's why it's taking you so long to generate a turn. You know, there's a solution out there.
Less than lava for 4.
That's it?
Currently, yeah.
Do you have a card that does 10 suddenly?
Maybe. I'm a wizard.
There are cards that do damage based on how much damage you've done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm going to generate 2 with this take aim.
Okay.
And I'm going to generate 1 with Findalls. And I'm going to block 3.
Okay. Take 1.
Taking 1.
Trigger less than lava.
Oh, it's right there on the card. You search for something with one or less?
Yep.
Cost?
That's right.
Is that important?
Could be.
Can you play it as an instant? No, you just put it on the top of your deck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wizard and Ranger kind of play weirdly similar.
Gaze the Aegis.
Mm-hmm. Is that blue in your hand?
There's no way I'm doing 14, by the way.
There's not.
All right. This goes on the top of my hand. Then I'll use Kano's ability to banish this. Then I'll play Gaze the Ages, opt 2, and it'll go back to my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Put them both on the bottom.
Oh, here we go.
Then I'll generate to use Kano's ability.
What'd you get?
Red snapback that I can't play.
Oh.
Then I get crushed.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I think I use the boots because I could, but I have to use the boots when I'm going crazy.
When it's like time to
being able to force one out of my hand as an instant is required for him to combo out.
I would say on my side, the sideboard cards paid off tremendously.
Those prayers were crazy.
Crazy.
That actually shut down. You don't know what they shut down, but they shut down a lot.
That's not. I mean, that's the. It's so nuts that one card inclusion can shift a matchup like that. What do you do? I mean, what do you do in response as a wizard? Now, this is a weird ranger deck. It's running more blues than I normally would because of the lunging presses. But
everyone in chat saying you save the boots for the finish. Yeah, I think that's true.
Do you want to try this exact theme again?
Yeah,
Or do you want me to switch to like Dorinthia or something?
I'd like to try it again.
Okay.
I need reps with the same.
It's all about the reps.
It's exactly what Taylor Swift is saying.
Her new single, It's All About the Reps.
Big reputation.
How about randomly hitting that Enlightened Strike? That was a good one to hit. I could have just bricked right into like a take aim or something.
Yeah. So like I could have blocked with everything and basically pushed to the next round.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just forestalling.
The big dominate arrow.
Yeah. So it's tough.
Danny asking, can Wizard run more generic attacks to fake out someone? Yes, there's a balance, right?
Yep.
Like you had a ton of heat in one of those Wizard decks, but then it didn't Wizard very well. You know?
Yeah. That is the exchange.
So you got to find the...
Even Steven?
Yeah.
It's you. First or second, your call.
I think I go second, right? Against Wizard? I think I go second.
Given that I can just like zap you
Mm-hmm.
with no real cost.
And if you do anything, yeah, I would go second here.
Yeah, because even if you like pass, it's tough.
Are you doing all life for life, scar for scar? Reds?
2 of each red and 3 of each blue.
Huh. 2 ofs?
Mm-hmm. You gotta have that blue curve.
You must play Blitz.
You just can't have too many reds.
That's true.
There's a finite number of
That's
reds
fair.
that can fit.
Did you tweak that in test draws after a while? Yeah, that's beautiful. That's exactly right.
Beautiful.
So Idrichico says, go first against Wizard, then immediately pass priority. How is that different than going second? So you go first, you pass. If they do anything there, you draw back up. Otherwise, they just then go. So you just get
got
an
a
arsenal
tunic
card.
counter?
Yeah, so let's go first. That's right.
Well,
I like that Idrichico.
Yeah.
So I'll go
Okay.
first. I'll get the tunic counter, and I'll pass. And if you don't do anything, I'll get an arsenal card, which I think is a reasonable.
I'll pass.
Okay. So then, let's put this in the arsenal.
Adventure says if they do anything, they have less cards in hand. You regain priority with your action points.
Oh, right on. Yeah, so if you do something, then I can afterwards proceed as normal. Right. Nice.
Resource on the tunic? Well, red scar, first scar.
Yeah, there it is. I'll forever hate this.
Red scar?
Mm-hmm.
Scar!
Ugh. Ah. Oh, no. That's not good at all. I've got just the wrong hand for this.
Excellent, excellent.
I'm not going to waste a Remorseless blocking this, because that's like one of the errors that actually matters.
I don't disagree.
I'm passing completely. Do you have any
David,
reactions?
that's really kind of you to say. It says your guys' dynamic is so hopeful and refreshing to watch. We need more gamers like you too. I appreciate that a lot.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's all fake.
We all are.
Yeah,
What'd you do? You took 4?
I listen to a lot of Bright Eyes when I'm not on stream, so you know.
Well, let's see how serious you are about this. I'll play a red Life for Life.
That's horrible. It's horrible.
That's why I didn't do anything. I had this in my hand.
That's so annoying.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
So let's just break this open for a
let's
second.
talk about it.
Because this is the part of the
2 of my favorite cards right here.
This is the thing you don't see. Rena's Prayer, Feign Death, Take Aim, Remorseless. So these 2 sideboard cards right now, I can't block with. I can do nothing with them. I can play Feign Death here for a -4, but it's 2 cards because it cost me 1.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm going to play this, but it's absolutely not good. It's not good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing, you see them when they're good.
Yeah.
You're watching somebody play.
You remember that.
Oh, Feign Death is so good, but then it's like sometimes it's a brick.
Obsidian says, really, he's a mean, mean man.
But we will. So I'm going to generate.
I was trying to bait you with that scar.
Yeah.
That's the one I wanted you to block.
I'm unbaitable.
Unbaitable. That should be the name of a podcast.
You can get kicked off YouTube saying that.
It's like Dumb and Dumber when he's trying to get him to bet. The whole podcast is one guy trying to bait someone else. Welcome back to Unbaitable. Free idea. Anyone can have it. Unbaitable.com. It's there. I own it, but I'll sell it to you for $1 bazillion.
All right, I'll generate 2 and then pay 1 for Feign Death.
Okay. I'll pass with this arsenal. Look at that.
Much better. Better opening. It's a great opening, honestly.
Oh, yes.
All right, let's start out. Cross-wrapping Ravenous Rabble, my favorite play in the game. I'm going to opt that down. Ooh, no, but it's guaranteed. 5, 4.
3209.
Yeah. And then I'll play the Rabble. It's a red hamstring shot. Here comes the tuna. So it's a 4 damage attack coming at you. I'll just leave this revealed so we don't get confused.
Okay. I won't blot. You get first reaction.
None.
Red Fate for Scene. Thanks for playing.
Like it was built for it. Yeah, do you guys like these red tokens? I mean, the design on them is beautiful. It's just hard to see from the camera for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that right there on top. Go ahead.
Oh. Yeah-oh.
Man's got a plan.
Well, I hate to give up a red hamstring shot. But now I'm just scared.
Wait a second. He left that
I
card
got
on
it.
top. I'm a terrified little wizard opponent. What do I do?
Well, you pass. That's what you do. You just pass.
Okay.
Do you have reactions to me passing?
No. I don't think. Nope. Pass.
So I'm going to throw something in the arsenal here. It's a great question as to what that actually will be. This one, and then draw up my cards. Don't turn around. I don't want to see my hungry.
Okay. Is that the beautiful version?
Yeah, definitely the best version. Best one I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. Red tokens and yellow design. I would imagine that would look awful. But one of my favorite combinations.
We did a spring token like that.
Wow.
The member token?
Yeah.
I have it. It actually looks good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
We could
I mean, red and yellow go together.
Maybe we could put some blue on there, and then it's kind of like, oh, it's all the different pitch values. Airbrush some blue.
Double color?
Everyone's saying they look really good. That's awesome. This is the ones I was least confident in, honestly, of them.
I think it could be better.
Yeah.
I like the black
chase that forever.
with the red paint best on anything.
Black with the red fill.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah.
Well, dude, a wizard. Come on.
They're really easy to see, being this bright red, like, hey, money.
They are bright.
And they match the symbology that you'll find on your cards.
It's true.
Red resource icon, black fill.
Someone was thinking.
Somebody was thinking.
Don't think this is the turn.
You see the top right of your card there?
Red and black.
It's red and black.
You
see
know,
that?
I'm right there with it.
You see how it's a red thing with black fill?
What? All right. Okay. I'm going to play Gaze the Ages. Not resolving it yet.
Okay, not passing priority.
That's right.
Yeah. That's your right as a wizard.
Then, for my next trick, I'm going to use Kano's Instant.
Okay.
Banish the top card.
Okay.
It's a red snapback.
You can play it as an instant.
Yeah. I'm going to pay 1 to play a red snapback as an instant.
Okay.
3 damage coming at you. This still has not resolved.
Right. Oh, Nicola, that's amazing. Chris, I wanted to tell you, I feel like Fab is easy to track resources already just by looking at the board. Don't you feel like having the tokens is really helpful?
Very.
Particularly in these kinds of interactions?
Anytime turns get weird,
yeah,
remembering how many tokens are left here is super important.
Right on. And Nicola saying, I totally have started on the Flesh and Blood journey. TC got a new subscription from me over the weekend. That's amazing, Nicola. Thank you.
Welcome. Phenomenal game. Great publisher. We're supporting.
Okay, so 3 damage coming at me.
Yep.
I've got news for you, buddy.
Come and get it, man.
I'm going to generate 1 with Remorseless to play Arena's Prayer.
Yep.
And reveal a yellow, so 4. So it'll block the next 4, and then I'll pass.
Next instance or next 4 periods?
Next 4.
Okay, so you soak 3 from this. You have 1 floating still. This goes away. This
It'll
triggers.
block the next one, or if it's like Bonehead.
Yeah, this triggers. Op 2.
It goes back to your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Great tag saying, thanks for getting Welcome Wraith back inside. Picked up 2 boxes to start my journey. Yes. That's great. So happy to hear that. That's what we're trying to do.
Interesting. So it's going to pop to my hand. I could be aggressive. I have a floating resource even.
You got a token to track it.
Yeah. So like it pops, I could use his ability, have one floating, play something. But the cards I revealed with that opt make me not as interested in that. So I'm actually going to leave both of these on top.
Whoa.
This resolves bounces back to my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Pass.
Pass. Okay, now I get a chance for instance. Just kidding.
For instance.
For instance. Turn to me.
Let me draw back up.
Tunic counter online.
I probably should have bought some of those Welcome to Wraith boxes.
You still have time.
We have them in stock?
Yeah.
No way.
Well, they went in like an hour ago. Oh, yeah.
They're still there.
You could get you a couple. Come on, man. Get
we
you a
can
couple.
play Sealed again.
Are
you excited about that?
We could play Sealed
I
again.
realized that when Monarch comes out, we have like a good month or two of Sealed.
Yeah, that's going to be
in the
insane.
wings. I'm just going to see if my...
Kyle, the Sealed experience is phenomenal in this one. The Sealed experience is really good in this. You can almost go any class every time. But if you're good, you know better. You know what you're supposed to do.
I'm seeing my bro dipped into that.
Oh, thought you were checking your bank account.
Let me see.
Texting your wife. Yeah.
No, we don't have that sort of a relationship. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got one in the arsenal there?
If you just, yeah, I do have one in the arsenal. If you define rules, it's a lot easier to not, you don't have, it doesn't have to get weird.
It doesn't have to get weird, you're right.
Yeah, the Sealed experience in this game, I was talking to Eric this weekend about this when we were golfing. Which is...
I still hate that. I love it, but I hate it. It's like, gosh, really?
After playing, it's a fun game.
It's great. I
Co-op
know it's
golf
great,
is
but
also
there's just a lot of baggage that comes with it, like,
We're
golfing.
not fancy. The co-op nature of it is really what makes it amazing.
You go drink a gin and tonic down at the clubhouse.
That does...
Harumph for a while.
I'm cool with the concept. But I was saying it was so refreshing to be playing a game... Because I played Destiny before. That was my CCG of choice before this. And it was not designed for Sealed. Strictly. They made it work, but not really. And then playing a game that's built for Sealed and Draft is just a totally different experience.
Isn't that great?
Gruder making a great point. Says the golf course is where deals are made. How do you think I got that Arknight shard?
You know what? We're playing a very different game here.
If there's any boxes left after this over, I might grab them.
Okay.
I'm gonna give people watching a chance to get them before I snipe them. Sorry,
We're playing a very different game here.
Than last time?
I'm unwilling to go handless into my attack.
I'm also playing better already.
It's like one thing you learn about Wizard, you can't just attack with nothing in your hand, which is exactly what I do to everybody else.
You just start swinging.
I just I'm shooting a big arrow and I buff it and then I shoot it and there's nothing left. And then I draw a card from Plunder and put it in Arsenal and move on. But I can't do that here. So I've got to play a slower game, weirdly enough. I'm going to pass.
All right. Mine?
You're good with that?
Yeah, I'm just passing, dude.
Right. One in the arsenal.
Resource on. I got a hand for this turn. I'll put it to you that way.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
These boots were made for walking. Gaze the Edges.
Right on.
That card went from like, I don't understand it, would never play it, to like, Jiminy Christmas.
And now let's make sure you guys understand that it's important for Wizard play.
A Wizard action Gaze of Ages.
So
right?
ultimately, the key thing that I had to sink into on Flesh and Blood, which may be the case in other games, I've not been a super technical player in the past, you have priority on your turn. You're called the turn player. So you can play an instant or an action. And Zach is choosing to play here, I believe, in action. It says Wizard action on it. It's going to use his action point. But before that resolves,
we can play instants.
You don't automatically pass priority until you manually say it. So Zach could play card, as long as he has the action point or the instance to do it. Card, then pass priority. I get a chance to play similarly. Then we resolve the top layer, pass play, resolve the top layer, pass play. So it's a way to chain your own effects into each other, which can be really relevant for Wizard. And it was not how it worked in most other games I played. I don't even think Spoils. I think Spoils was it was always a seesaw of you couldn't ever respond to yourself, which is essentially what you're doing in a weird way here.
Yeah. So I will.
Yeah, keep going. Until you tell me pass, I'm not going to worry about it.
Kano's ability, paid for with an Eye of Ophidia.
Okay.
So I'm going to opt 2.
Technically, you're going to pass now.
do his ability, opting. But when I pitch this is when I opt.
Oh, right. That's right.
So that happens.
That is going to happen, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll put one on bottom and one on top.
Okay.
Okay.
Now Kano's ability is in the stack.
Yep.
Do you want to keep playing, or do you want to pass it over and try to let that resolve?
I want to resolve Kano's ability.
All right. So now I could do something. I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah.
So now it resolves.
So that resolves. We're going to banish a Lesson in Lava.
Very nice.
Then I'm going to let.
You can play here, or you can try to let this resolve.
I think I keep going.
Ride him up.
All right. I'm going to see if you can stop this. I'm going to pay 1 for my Crucible of Aetherwave as an instant.
Okay,
So
put it in the
+1.
stack.
Yeah, +1. With me?
If it resolves.
It is. I'm letting it resolve.
All right, now I got no response.
Okay.
All right, so it comes back here.
Then I'm going to pay 1 for a 4 damage Lesson in Lava.
And pass? You passing it to me?
I'm trying to let that resolve.
Okay. Yeah, it can resolve.
Okay.
All right, 4 damage Lesson in Lava, and you get to search stuff if things happen, right?
Yes.
How bad is cost 1? Is that your normal one?
The only things above a 1 are Forked Lightning, 3 cost, 2 different instances of 2, but it's one instance of damage, so you can only arcane against it 1 time. And then the Sonic Boom is a 2 cost.
Is 1 fine for you?
There's a lot of cards I can play for 1 that are fine. Like another Lesson in Lava, as an example.
Good example.
You just chain that stuff right down the pipeline.
Okay. Generate 3 with knock. Pay 3. I can't do more than 3 because I don't have Arcane Barrier.
That's right.
In instances. So I will block 3 and take 1.
Okay. This resolves, you take 1.
Doing it.
And then I'm going to trigger Lesson in Lava.
Okay, so Ryan's saying Magic is the opposite. You auto pass priority after playing a card unless you intentionally hold it. In this one, you auto hold it until you intentionally pass it.
Nice.
Which is really important for players like us, Zach. Cut our teeth on the Star Wars CCG, where priority was very important.
And ambiguous.
As you were trying to read the catalog of how...
We're getting another lesson.
Okay, yeah. So there you go. 1 in arsenal, 1 in the hand. Okay.
Yeah. So this resolves.
Yeah, it's done.
Technically, there's another opportunity to put stuff on it before this. This still has not resolved.
That's correct.
The first thing I did.
So this technically moves to the thing, and then we go here, and then if you want to play here, you can.
Yeah, and I will.
Keep stacking.
It's going to be a good time. Good time indeed. Okay. So then I use Kano's ability again.
Okay.
We're going to pay 3 to use it.
Yeah. You can pass me priority.
Oh, wait, this goes on top of my deck. It's not in my hand.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll pass you priority.
All right, I will pass.
Okay.
Resolve.
This resolves. I banish Lesson in Lava. I'm going to pay 1. Lesson in Lava enters the queue as an instant.
Yeah.
3 damage.
3 damage. And then you get to search for something, put it on the top of your deck. And you will get a Gaze the Ages to... So if you get a 0, you got a Tunic counter too. So you can do another 1 cost you can play. Oh, it's a good turn. I'm not taking 3. I'm taking 3.
I mean to say. All right, so that hits. Now I get to trigger that again.
Hey, what's up, Red Tyrant? I see you in the chat here on many of the days. It's good to see you. Been lurking while I work on some documentation. Just want to say you guys make any content enjoyable. I've been loving my daily injection of card game goodness. That's really meaningful, Red Tyrant. Thank you so much for that. It means everything to us. We've heard from places of the internet that the way that we're doing content is nice compared to a lot of other content out there, which is really good to hear because this is just the way we've always done it, I reckon.
And you've taken 4 so far. Let's just remember that.
No, you don't need that. The death clock.
Get this garbage out of here. I think.
Do you think about we've been on camera for 13 years, 14 years?
It's a lot of camera. So I'm
sometimes not nearly as exciting as
looking at Tome of Aetherwind and Zap.
You're trying to throw the Hail Mary, you're throwing the long ball here with Tome, aren't you?
So basically if I put Tome on top, then this resolves, I get to opt 2. I can leave this on top with something below it. Then I can play this to draw it and something else and potentially go even further. I could also just like put Zap on top. And then this triggers, I get to, do my thing, but it's in my hand, so then I can do my ability and just zap you for 3. So,
What's the Blazing Aether cost?
Blazing Aether?
The one that deals the damage I've taken.
This is 0.
For 4? I mean, that's okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know the answer.
Brian, I think we'll keep streaming past vaccines and COVID getting beaten, as it were. I think this is kind of a part of our marketing forever.
I also have a floating resource.
You have Fork Lightning? Obsidian wants to know.
I don't.
You got 1 on the Tunic. Also, it looks like we may not have Twitch chat right now, so.
I think I'm just going to put, I like Blazing Aether a lot because it is a 4. So this will go on top.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gauge the Ages is going to trigger.
Lesson Lava's gone.
Yeah.
Then we resolve this. Because you played stuff, it goes back to your hand.
Yeah, so this goes back to my hand. Then I can use Kano's ability, Banishing Blazing Aether, and you have a 4 damage Blazing Aether.
That's nice.
Even if I had forked, it cost 3, so I'd have to have the resources to play it.
I'm basically looking at block 2 or do 2. I guess a wizard, you probably do 2? I don't know. You've already evened the score, so like this is way bad for me.
Suboptimal. Kyle, appreciate you saying it. So these streams definitely justify keeping my content membership at least. Content members are
4.
Phenomenal. You guys are the best.
I'm going to 28 there. We'll turn off all your fancy cards.
Okay. Take 4. Call me in the morning.
You have another one in Arsenal or something? That'd be crazy.
End of round. I draw back up.
Yeah.
Something.
All right, starting with Crosswrap Supreme, I'm showing you a yellow plunder run there. We'll hold on to that one. It's not ideal, but it's fine. And see if you want to do some more shenanigans. Yellow plunder run coming into the chain there.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll play.
Thomas, that's amazing. Says, "Yep, I'm a content member for life."
Take aim.
Really incredible. You guys don't know how important and awesome you are. +5, all right.
Mm-hmm.
This is serious time.
Yeah. Let me decide which is better. Your hand matters a lot. Yeah. We're going to Aelia. Put the old yellow sleep dart in. And then we'll play it with the Tunic. So we got a 9 damage with Dominate coming in. If it hits, you'll be blank.
I will not block.
Reactions.
You have 1 card in hand?
Mm-hmm.
I'll start here. Use the Tunic. Absorb an Aether from here. 4, a floating +2.
Right on.
And then I'm going to pay 3 for an unmovable.
Nice.
Get up to that
9 total.
number 9. Yep.
All right, done.
All right. Tell me when you're passing turn priority.
Pass, et cetera, et cetera.
We'll take a peep. Take a look. I'm gonna pay 3 for Kano's ability. It'll stay right there.
Okay.
And then
Moving
it
on?
stays away. Yep.
All right, put that in the arsenal. Drop.
Token on Tunic.
Token on Tunic.
And then I'll just put this in arsenal. Not in a rush.
Not in a rush. Not in a freaking rush. Thanks.
This is for you.
This is for you.
I don't feel like Wizard's been terrible.
Not too bad.
My brain is working out right now.
Not too bad. Okay. So I got 1 there in the ringer. Let's use the cross wrap. See what's going on up here. We're gonna leave that there. I like that. Take aim yellow. For 2. Then let's do red liner. Get red in the ledger down there.
Okay.
Let's use Aelia to swap, unravel. 1 at a time travel. My mind goes back to the beats that I battle.
I'll salvage.
And then I'm going to pitch 1. 7 coming at you with Dominate. One armor Arcanine, huh?
Oh no. That was at less life. I'm not. I'm used to losing.
My master plan is working. I'll lose. And then he'll not win.
Interesting.
What's 7 damage in this game? It's a swat of a fly.
Card's name?
Only about 25%. I have 2 cards, both blue. Mehmet asking how many arrows in the deck. I think I'm around 30. I think it's about half. Maybe 26, 27. Basically, it's all of the red and yellow arrows with hit effects that make the opponent worse. And then salvage shot. Red. Obviously, less relevant against Wizard, all of the arrows. It's probably just a bad matchup. That's probably why they gave me Feign Death.
It's a tough choice.
Think about it, man. I'm going to
Yeah.
go take a little bathroom break. You need a Cliff Bar? You need to hydrate your brain? You want some water?
Yeah. Yeah. Give me that brain hydration. The Wizard's fires are burning my brain down. I want to talk to the chat about my choices. No. I mean, I can. It's painful. So I have red snapback, red zap, blue life for life, and tome of Fanbell. So what I'm looking at is technically with tome, and I have a yellow snapback in arsenal. So with tome, I can basically zap, generate 2, play both snapbacks, which is a pretty big turn. And I could just block here. I could just take 7. That'd be fine too. And then technically, I could also block with the snapback. Take 4. And then use the tome to play life, because I'll have less life at that point. As go again. If it hits, I gain a life. Still play zap, and still play the snapback. I'm not sure which one's better. I assume blocking for 3 is the best, because I prevent a life. I also potentially gain a life from life for a life. So, you know, in that instance, like I could block with life for a life for 2. I take an extra, and I don't potentially gain 1. So I think I like that. And then it kind of puts pressure. If he blocks this, it's going to get harder to pay to block that. And then I'll have the instant coming in. I think it's the right call. Thanks for your help, chat. Danny's saying the second play sounds nice to me. I think that's the most bang for my buck. The 3 block on the red snapback is pretty good. Just, I save a life. I have a chance to gain 1. I'm going to put a little more tempo, like card pressure on Steven. Like he's not going to want to feign death that thing, or even Arena's Prayer. Yeah, I thought about doing that. Name it.
I gotta be careful because you don't have a freaking lid.
Oh, yeah, you can. Thank you.
Can you imagine? You got like Storm Striders right there. It's crazy. Boggles the mind. Boggles the mind.
Yeah.
We even have a sponsorship.
That's right. Deal now, dude. All right, let me look at that.
You had to buy a new computer because you dumped a drink in it, and you're still. I know what I'm getting you for your birthday.
A water bottle. Nalgene branded.
Yeah. Custom. You taking 7 or what?
No.
It just goes to the bottom. It's worth it.
If I do that.
See, and I can come back. I see that I've already triggered my abilities. It's very nice. Very nice.
A lot of different options here.
Oh, really? I'm just shooting arrows, man.
I'm going to go with option door number 3, my friends.
Okay. Does that utilize the arsenal or not? Because the arsenal is the key to this game. The arsenal is flesh and blood.
I'm going to block for 3. It is key.
Reactions. Pass.
Take 4. Call me in the morning.
This will go to the bottom. I'll be waiting for you later. It's a noise I probably never made before. And then I'll pass to go to the end phase.
I'm good.
You're good.
Yep.
I get an arsenal card. Everything goes to the bottom from the pitch. You know, I was thinking, I usually pick my deck up and deal myself cards, but I watched that in and of itself, and it's got some magic in it. And there are people that can very easily, because you just know what you pitched.
Yeah.
So you could,
oh yeah,
bottom deal. Tim could probably do that.
Absolutely. He could be such a shark if he wanted to be.
Who's to say he isn't?
He may be. He's good at pretending not to be. All right, you ready?
Yeah. Good at pretending not to be. That's funny.
Crucible of Aether Wave for 1. So it's +1 in my next instance of. Actually, no. Let's not do that yet.
What's up, Mr. Lee? That's right. We got a big Ashes announcement tomorrow too.
Do we? Oh, we do. Red Zap for 3.
Just a red zap for 3?
Don't you worry about a thing.
Don't you worry about a thing. Ding, ding. Dun, 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 dun.
If I mention this game, it's phenomenal.
It's so good. It's actually becoming really fun just to operate, like the CCG, the Star Wars CCG is.
Agreed.
This is fun. I'm going to block with 2 and take 1.
Okay. Before, you're going to pay 2, Arcane, That's fine.
I'm gonna
yeah,
activate
you're good.
Arcane Barrier
you take
1.
You take one. You're good.
I can do 1, and then I think I do it again as a second priority action.
You have no floating resources.
None.
Right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
So you take 1.
Take 1.
Go ahead and
one floating.
Yep.
No floating.
Then I will instant
Made it too
with
fancy.
the Crucible. Then I will instant with a yellow snapback.
Okay.
It's a +1, so it's a 3.
This is resolved. This is off the...
Yeah, it's in the queue because it was my action.
Where'd the damage come from?
What?
I just took a damage. Where'd that come from?
This
then
is
it's
resolved.
done.
But it's still in the...
It's not a chain.
That's right. It's not an
Yeah, I
attack.
don't need
It's
that.
fine.
Get out of here. It's wizard nonsense. It's garbage.
All right.
Do you need to remember how much damage I've taken? 1. I'll just put that there. Just in, I just get in the habit.
Cool.
All right, now what's happening?
3 damage attack. Or a 3 damage instant.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Pitch, generate 2, Arcane Barrier 1. Any shenanigans?
No.
Arcane Barrier 1.
You technically trigger the Arcane Barrier when the damage is resolving. So there's no funny business. You can just pay 2 to clear it. Yeah.
All right, cleared. I'm going to take 1 damage.
You got it. Then I'm going to put this in Arsenal.
All right. Got to walk around like a... what is it? I had a friend, I think it was Eric here, used to say, like a box of kittens and a lightning storm. You just gotta be really like pensive.
It's funny.
It is funny. Thank you. All right, let's crunch wrap.
Mr. Lee saying, "Hey, Guru, I'm newish to card games. Played some Netrunner back in the end before it died. How does one go about generating tournament love for something like Ashes at a local store?" I think it's tough, but the biggest thing is just go hang out at the store and play. If they have like a local Facebook group or Discord or something, it's unlikely. I mean, we're what area of the country? You have a state, or are you in a different kind of country? But if you can find a couple people just to regularly meet up at the same day and time on a weekly or monthly basis, just being out and in front and hanging out and being friendly to people that are interested is a pretty good step.
And some stores aren't going to be into it.
Yep.
Because they can't sell it. So then you go meet at the Denny's or whatever, the coffee shop.
That actually sounds lovely.
It's great.
Like,
yeah. Most of the time, it's better than your local store. Still in this country. Can you believe it?
I would be uncomfortable playing Flesh and Blood at Denny's just because of the value of the cards and the stickiness of the
You
table.
don't want the pancakes. Keep those pancakes away from my snapback.
I would absolutely go play like Ashes at like IHOP. That actually sounds very infinite, like just water coffee.
You could actually get some all-you-can-eat pancakes too, and actually eat more than 3, which is the only amount I've ever been able to eat. Playing Enlightened Strike from my arsenal, I'm choosing to give it +2.
Mr. Lee saying San Antonio. There's some great stores in San Antonio. Isn't that Night Watch? Is it Night Watch?
Night Watch is over there, yeah. And if Brenda doesn't let you in, tell her.
I would be shocked
Covenant
if
sent you.
Pariah and Brenda don't absolutely love having you around. Now, retailers can get all the previously released products.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a huge catalog for Ashes.
Enlightened Strike coming in at 7.
What? Well, what am I supposed to do with
I don't
it?
know. Well, yeah, I'm enlightened.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, the point is to dance.
You're conveniently the same health.
It's convenient, you know. Well, you could change that by not blocking.
Good job. It doesn't have go again.
No, it doesn't. No, I used all my cards for blockies. This is not how I want to play Ranger, by the way. I'm playing it all pensive and weird. I really just want to start shooting arrows.
Okay. I'm going to not block.
Kyle Fisher said maybe one day there'll be a card store that knows windows are meant for bringing in light instead of putting up posters. You would have loved what we got going in Tulsa. You're going to love the 3rd version. There's going to be so much light in there.
Barely going to be able to see.
Everyone's just going to scatter.
You have any reaction?
I have no reactions, no.
Pay for seeing red. We'll leave that on the top.
Here we go. Already 2 people in the chat in San Antonio. Now you guys are going to go meet up and play Ashes.
Boom. Hey, you guys should be on our Discord.
You
I'm
take
excited
3?
to see it. I take 3.
Call me in the morning. I'm going to throw this in the arsenal. Oh, wait. We're going to the end phase. You cool with that?
We're in the end phase now.
We're in the end phase.
I'll pass.
Pass. Okay.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Probably are all of them. Tunic counter.
Oh, wait. I'm not supposed to do that anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a weird hand.
Excellent. You ready for a not weird situation?
Sure. Pass.
Let's start with a red scar for a scar. Just poking you.
Pass.
Pass.
Taking 4.
All right. Let's go again. Let's use my Tunic resource. Tome of Faendal.
Beautiful.
Draw 2. Gain 4.
Yeah, David, we may do a series about the build out of the store. Nicola, the Discord link is in the footer of our website, teamcovenant.com.
May as well go for it. Instant with Kano.
Blue unmovable.
I will banish it. Chain Lightning. This is going to get weird.
Uh-oh. I'm not ready for this. I don't have the right cards.
Huh.
Chris, that's crazy. See, my local game cafe even has inventory half open and stacked around the windows. Really hard to support a play space that looks disorganized and dirty. That's awful. That's just stupid. That's just wrong. Oh, we're getting late into the stream now.
Yep.
That's just wrong. Like, all architecture, design, interior design, even feng shui, like all of these concepts should be applied. There's nothing about having products in boxes. Every store has products in boxes, and they all find a way to make it not be awful. It's just lazy. I'm going to be honest with you. It's just lazy. Anyway,
Cards in hand?
put my sub box away for a second. 4. All of them.
This is going to get weird.
I think you should just go to the next turn.
Specifically not. What is the best that can happen here?
The heat. Give him the heat.
Well,
Ryan, that's a great question.
okay. I'm going to use Kano's ability. Okay.
Blue
leave it on
unmovable.
top. I'm going to pay 1 for a Chain Lightning. 0 damage.
I'll take it.
Okay. But I can play my next wizard thing and I have 1 floating resource. So play a Chain Lightning for 3.
That's the end of all the shenanigans? Yep. 3 damage?
Mhm.
I'm taking it.
Okay.
Scared. I'm always scared. You look at a wizard. I mean, every time you decide to start shooting arrows at a wizard, you ought to be pretty scared. Am I wrong?
I mean, yeah.
Crunchwrap Supreme, here we go. Showing you a yellow take aim to find something there on the top. I'm going to opt in or out of that. I'm opting out of that. Next up, Ravenous Rabble Red. It's going to reveal the top card of the deck. It's a yellow Feign Death. That's going to be a 3 damage attack coming at you.
I somehow have 8 more life than you currently.
I know, it's crazy.
You said 3 damage.
3 damage.
Let's block for 3.
Nice. Nice, nice. Okay.
Kyle, you can just set up at an awesome coffee shop. That's my problem with most of my locals. Have one where you literally have to go all the way through a tiny door in the back with no windows just to play. Yeah, we can do better. We can do better as an industry. We'll get there.
Oh. This is a weird hand. There should have been arrows there. I'd say. I'm going to play take aim. It's not going to matter, so we can just get rid of it. Trust me. Then I'll play Nimblism, red.
Mm-hmm.
How many cards you got?
3.
All of them?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I blocked with 1. There is that.
There is that. All right, let's do it. Let's do Enlightened Strike for 7 plus 3, 10.
There's that.
Coming in to say hi.
I'm gonna block for 2.
Okay. Any other
Then
shenanigans?
I'll Fate Foreseen red to add 4 more. Opt 1. Put that on bottom. And then take 4.
Take 4. Opt me in the morning.
My turn. Tunic counter. Card in arsenal. Go ahead.
Wait, did I just put Feign Death on the bottom of my deck? I did do that. Yeah, I did all that right. Okay, back to me, huh?
Oh, there goes gravity. Yep.
He's so mad, but he won't give up that easy. No. Ravenous Rabble red.
My goodness, it doesn't stop.
Seeing a red Nimblism there.
4 damage coming at me.
4 damage.
I won't block.
Oh, well, you'll be taking 4 then, my friend.
Okay.
Go to 19.
Tie ball game.
Um,
No shenanigans here.
I'll pass to the end phase.
Pass.
Pass.
I'm good.
Goes in. And here we go. I've got that You Don't Love Me Like Tequila song in my head. You don't love me like tequila does.
Seems.
Who is that sings that? David Vedral knows.
Let's spend 1.
It's one of those, like Carrie Underwood. It's one of those.
I have no idea. Tillman Faendal. Draw
Cool.
2.
Really creative play there, gaining life with a book.
Gain 5.
Wonder what was in that book.
It was a spell. You see.
It's really annoying when you keep gaining life. You get cards and life. It's like, I got to run Command and Conquer in this thing. Wouldn't matter. You just block it. Miranda Lambert. Thank you, Nicolo.
Let's pay 3 for Kano's ability. Let's see what we get.
Blue unmovable.
Lesson Lava. Let's party. I'll pay 1. Ooh,
What's
actually,
the lesson? Can you just tell me the lesson?
Fancier. Let's pay 1 to use Crucible, and then I'll pay 1 here with 2 floating.
Right. That's a fancy way to do something pretty normal.
4 damage attack coming at you.
The
fun's just beginning. This game felt better for me. You weren't swinging as much. You missed arrows, or are you just playing more conservative?
I haven't seen all my ops. I haven't seen the arrows, so I haven't been able to do the dominates. But you just, eventually they'll come. It's constructed.
Yeah.
You just buy your time.
I do feel like this game I'm maximizing each moment less, but like there was a turn where I took longer so I could play Tome a couple turns later, and it is panning out.
Yeah, you gotta have that time. You gotta heal. Well, it all depends on what's on the top of my deck. I should just be running Fate Foreseen. You do enough of those little weenie attacks.
You dropped that out for that prayer right at the end.
Okay, all right, fine. Okay. So, let's do generate 2. Is 4 coming in?
Yep.
Let's block. Ugly. Maybe I don't do that, man.
You can take back whatever you want.
Yeah.
I haven't moved a muscle.
I got to be able to do something here.
That is typically better than the
Better than
alternative.
nothing. Yeah, better than doing nothing. I'm with that. I'm with that.
Yeah, we are from Tulsa, by the way, everyone asking. Tulsa, Oklahoma. The heart of the United States.
It all depends on what's on the top
podcast
of
about that.
deck.
You guys are asking about what we think the right steps for the future of the game is. Either maybe after this game or on a podcast.
I'm not going to block anything. 15.
Take 4. We're going digging.
Shorty, she's as pretty as angels when they sing.
This is the turn that could get unhinged.
Will not. Danny, yeah, it's interesting. We know that they were testing at the calling the PvE side of Flesh and Blood. I mean, that's just a coup de grace, honestly.
Yeah.
If like Zach and I could take these decks and fight a big monster, it's over. You're out of all your good stuff. This is the wait out the wizard game. Look.
I'm not quite out of all my good
Look
stuff.
at all this good stuff you're out of. I won't change the order.
It's like the Joe Dirt fireworks stand. He's like, where's all the good stuff? The whirly whoppers and diddle-a-doos. Whatever he says.
This is your final lesson in lava, too.
It is.
You better have learned by now.
I better have become the white wizard. I think that's the right. Take 4. So I could.
Why are you tracking that?
How much damage I've done?
Why does that matter? What are you planning?
Nothing.
Your book turns are real strong. I've noticed that.
Yeah, when you have 5 or 6 cards, it's better.
Yeah. Nathan asking any predictions for what heroes we're going to see in Monarch. We're not going to see new classes, right? We decided we're not going to see new classes. I think everybody agrees on that. I bet it's 2 Arcane classes, or Arcane Rising classes, and 2 melee classes. It's going to be a new wizard, a new ranger, a new guardian, a new warrior. No? Who didn't get young heroes? We don't have a young ranger. We don't have a different Runeblade. I'll bet they don't do new heroes that don't have new versions in Blitz. So we have KO, Cassie, Datadol. Who's the last one?
I'm going to put a Blazing Aether on top. We had KO, Datadol, Kasei.
Who's the last
We
one?
had Benji.
Benji. So I think those are the classes we would not get a new hero for.
So we'd probably get young heroes for Runeblade, Guardian.
Or maybe new heroes entirely.
Ranger.
Like a trap ranger? Shut the front door.
Get out of town.
Get out of here.
All right, this goes on top. Then let's pay 1 for a red snapback.
Dealing 3?
Yeah, but I'm going to react here. It's going to do a 4 total.
You reset my counter.
Sorry, what was that? Oh, that was my.
You're bringing in 4 again?
That's a 4, yeah, and I've done 4 so far.
This is not going to work.
Suboptimal.
It ain't going to work, man. It is not going to work. Gross. We'll do a drop a red. Plunder Run, take 3.
Okay. So now I've done 7. I'll use Kano's ability. Banish here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll play this for 7.
I'm dead. Ah, Feign Death.
Nice. I was like, what do you mean you're dead?
I revealed it with Ravenous, so you knew.
Knew it was around.
You knew.
Okay, then I'll put this in Arsenal.
All right.
Still feels all right.
Still insane turn. I mean, that's crazy. Can hardly do anything to return fire here. Because you get a fresh hand now.
Yeah.
So you could just, just so behind. Cross wrap. Check out that yellow Plunder Run. There's an arrow in here somewhere, I reckon.
Oh, I took them all out.
Did you?
No.
You ever hearing the pitch?
That'd be so great. It's just a stack of arrows off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been great there, but I've been like, Chains of Eminence, Feign Death.
I'm going to use Aelia's ability.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out. Can't stop swinging with Enlightenment. I'm going to play a red Nimblism. And then I'm going to swing in for a 10 Enlightened Strike with no cards in hand. Just teeing it up. Put the ball on the tee. You've wasted all of your good spells. Nothing but Ranger here on out. I might, you know what might be smart? 2 less damage and drawing a card. Could be a blue to block. Let's do that. Let's draw a card.
Okay.
Ideal. And then it's a 5.
It is
6,
way
7,
better
8.
given my wizard tendencies.
Yeah.
You either have an arsenal or a resource.
Yeah, way better. 8 damage coming at you. This should be on, I think.
8 damage, he says.
Help.
That's a good question.
Still got the Striders. That's right, Obsidian.
He'd be sitting.
Yeah. Just waiting to die.
Well, I think I just got to check it out.
Just take a peek.
You're at 7? It's not worth it.
I'm at 12 health and 8 damage attack.
I think I have a better play by just waiting.
Sometimes that's the case with old Fabaruni.
I won't block.
Nothing.
Mm-mm.
You want any reactions or anything?
Nope. Take 7.
8.
7.
Still 8.
Down to 16.
I'm going to attempt to pass.
I'll pass.
All right. Throw that in the arse.
The arse.
We're going to say that forever now.
Throw that in the arse.
Throw it in the arse.
Oh my God. It was definitely like a hip thing to say until you realized you were saying arse.
Man, I think that's going to be with Flesh and Blood forever. Right, one in the arse.
Like
I found out that I'm 28% Scottish from my ancestry test.
I like that we went from arse to Scottish.
Well, arse is a Scottish word, as we know.
Gotcha. Yeah, as we're all very clear
I
on.
assume, yeah.
Okay. Woo, gonna recover from that one.
Yeah, you gotta.
Let's do this. I'm gonna play Gaze the Ages. Actually, this is a 3. That's important. Gaze the Ages.
I think mine's at 2, actually.
Before it resolves, you know.
You don't have to worry because I'm not gonna do anything until you pass explicitly to me.
Yellow Snapback for 2. I will allow that to resolve.
Pitch a yellow sleep dart, block 2.
Okay. This resolves.
Mm-hmm.
Gaze the Age resolves. I'll opt 2. Put them both on bottom.
All right. See, you're out of spells.
Then Gaze pops to my hand because I played a wizard card. Then I will pay 3 for Kano.
Pay him.
Sonic Boom.
What's that?
We'll get to it in a second. I'll pay 1 here. Well, it's fine. I'll explain it in a second.
Your plebeian ranger
Then
mind.
Then I'll pay 2 to play Sonic Boom.
Okay.
4 damage attack. If it deals any damage, I can look at the top card of my deck and play it at -X, where X is the damage dealt by this card.
Okay. I'm going to generate 3 with Knock the Death Whistle and block 3 and take 1.
Okay.
Knock the Death Whistle.
So I'm going to look.
It's a 2 cost.
We will leave it. And then I'll put this in Arsenal.
All right.
Pass it over to you.
Good night. Crunch Rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that's a defense reaction.
This?
Yeah. This here. Pitch Yellow Sleep Dart. Play this arrow. 5 damage, no dominate, 1 floating.
What's it do?
Can't have more than 1 action during your next turn. So your go again is turned off.
But instants are still fine?
Yeah, it's fine because they're not actions. Well, maybe that's not true. No, I think it would still affect you, right? Didn't we decide that? It's still playing an action just as an instant. Ryan's got it.
I don't know.
It's definitely that, then. It's still playing an action just as an instant, right? It's a positive. Is that what that's
No
called?
dominate?
No dominate. No, you can block it.
It's been such a weird.
I know. It's getting late stream.
It does.
I think we're going to do another one, too. I think it's a fab marathon.
Fabathon?
Yeah. Yeah, apparently it does still count. So,
We'll block 5.
all right. Oof. A tome. Oof. And a zap. Oof. I'm going to attempt to go to the end phase.
We're going to allow it.
All right. Putting this in the arsenal. Trying. I'm not cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Over to you.
All right. I'm going to spend my tunic counter on a red life for a life. 4 damage attack. If it hits, I gain a life.
It does not have go again.
Nope.
I don't have any stupid armor that I can just spend on those. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah.
Ugh. Just bad. Oh, you know. I'll block for 3. Take 1. It's horrible. I hate it. Every value bone in my body is trembling.
I'll pass.
Okay. Current trap.
Supreme.
I'm going to leave that.
Okay. I can't stand it.
All right, let's play a plunder run from Arsenal there. Yellow. Let's TikTok.
TikTok.
Don't forget. Let's red liner to a red sleep dart.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I noticed you have a fat deck over there.
I got so much, man. Yeah, let's shoot said sleep dart for 7. No dominate. If it hits, I draw a card.
You're trying to run me out of cards.
I might be.
How many cards you got in the hand?
2?
Mm-hmm.
More than enough, I would say.
I will not block.
It's just feel the okay. Feels like a bunch of used spells. I don't know.
Yep.
You're taking 7?
Yep.
Going to 10. And you're blank. Does that matter?
Maybe. It does matter. It blanks me. What?
That's right. Welcome to Ranger, where the hits still matter.
All right, fine.
Ditch all those spells. I'm giving you the Guardian treatment.
You are. Thoroughly.
I can't wait if he doesn't play the back row.
I mean, I don't know that it matters that much.
Blank on, man. I will draw a card, though. You know.
All right, block for 7.
Yikes. Okay. Well, that settles that.
Mine?
I'll put this in my arsenal.
Hold on. All right, mine?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to play Gaze the Ages. Before it triggers, I'll play a yellow snapback. 2 damage coming at you.
I'll pitch a blue lunging press and block 2.
Okay, 1 floating.
1 floating.
This will resolve. Gaze will trigger.
Yep.
Put them both under.
Oof. I know this feeling is excellent. You've activated my trap card.
We'll just put this under.
In
fact, I will leave those on top. I'm not going to go digging.
One for the tunic there.
1 for the tuna, 1 for the money. 3 for the show.
Red Plunder Run from Arsenal.
Okay.
Your favorite and mine.
Mm-hmm.
Use Redliner to throw... Oh, wait, I got a Crunch Trap. Hold on. This is too important. Doesn't matter. Red Plunder Run from Arsenal. Let's Redliner. Yellow Hamstring Shot there. And then this is really the question that I have to ask myself. No, it's not even a question. Generate 3 with Lunging Press. Spend 1 on a Hamstring Shot. 7. No Dominate. Two floating.
Cards in.
1.
I'll start here. Yellow Cindering Foresight. +1, opt 2. Put those on bottom.
Uh-oh.
It's fine.
I'm
let's
getting
go.
jacked over here.
Yellow Cindering Foresight. Better.
Found my spells. It's the final spells.
Put 1 under, 1 on top.
This is a game I want to be really good at. You know
Flesh
what I
and
mean?
Blood?
Like, I want to be really good at this.
Next level. Good.
I haven't been really good at a game since early Netrunner, maybe. We haven't been really good at a game together since Spoils, probably.
Monpot?
Yeah,
I
Monpot.
think we're both good at that game.
We were at our
We were also pretty good at Thrones.
Pretty good.
But that was like still 2012. That's almost a decade ago.
We weren't like Bruno good, though.
Yeah, but we were both like playing it a lot.
Like regional level good, but not like national level
I mean,
good.
we did have our back-to-back regional championships.
That's true.
Dothraki followed by whatever you were cracking in.
Greyjoy Raiders.
Yeah,
that was
is.
my favorite deck ever.
Yeah. The Dothraki experience was one of my favorites ever.
Dothraki
The Dothraki cities deck, man.
That thing was incredible.
Yeah, I just remember getting to the final round of Swiss, and Tim and I were playing against each other undefeated and just giggling.
Yeah.
Because we both built our decks like 2 days before.
Because the whole thing was really about beating Matt Phillips. Let's be honest.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why we all came to that party.
Yeah.
Okay, let me think about that.
I want to be national level good at this. I want to take home the belt. I want to see the cameras.
You're trying to distract me. I see what's happening now. All right.
It's the only way against Wizard.
That.
You know? You get a Wizard rambling and they're never going to win.
There it is.
What's up, Tim?
Check this out.
Tim's in the chat.
What up, Tim? I'm going to use Kano's ability.
Yeah, sure.
We're going to banish Sonic Boom over here. Not using it yet.
Yeah, don't.
Then I'm going to pay 1, crack my boots.
Here we go.
Next thing I do is an instant. We're going to play a Gaze the Ages instant.
Okay. Is that scary?
Could be.
You going to pass priority over?
Yeah, I'll let it resolve.
Yeah, you can resolve. Op 2 and it gets plus 2.
And it bounces to my hand.
Because you've already played these guys.
It's coming in for 5. You can only block 3, right?
It's coming in for 7. I am coming in for 7.
If I play Sonic Boom, it's coming in for 5.
Okay, yeah.
And you can only technically block 3 unless you have something fancy.
Unless you got cards in your deck that you sideboarded for this reason.
Which you might.
Which you might be holding them explicitly for this moment.
Those on top.
Cold Pizza, I agree. No, yeah, international level good. I want to go down to New Zealand as a new god. Show them how to play.
Let's play Sonic Boom at 5 with a resource floating.
You want bumper?
Okay.
I'm already 7 turns ahead. Well, I do have this Arena's Prayer. So I'm going to start with that. So it's going to block the next 5 arcane damage.
Nice. Okay.
And then I'm going to pass.
So you block this 5.
All of that. And he prayed it away.
Yeah. So then I take 7.
That's right.
So if you don't, if you take 1 even, that was easily the most complex Wizard turn I've navigated, and it's really good. So if you have to take at least 1 there, I play the top 2 cards of my deck.
With what?
So Sonic Boom lets me reveal this and play it for free, which is another Sonic Boom.
Oh.
And I have 1 floating. So as long as I do 1, I can pay for it.
Oh.
And I get another Sonic Boom, and then I have a zap under that.
Oh, nice.
So it was literally like, you had to be able to stop 5 in a single card.
Yeah, I had the perfect moment.
Which is fine.
Had it.
Take 7?
I took 7. You took 7 already?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep. I was at 17.
Okay. Positive? Your next attack during your next turn costs additional money. I'm going to draw for Plunder Run. I'm going to put it in my arsenal. And then it's over to you.
Yeah, I should have Obsidian. I was saving my resource for Crucible on the well, technically, if I Crucible and he blocks 5, I still can't play the Sonic Boom because I don't have the resource anymore. That's what I was saving it for. Basically, if he could block 4, he had how many resources showing?
I had 2 resources, but only Arcane Barrier 3.
Yeah, so if you could block 3...
Bane Death is turned off. So the only thing is Arena's Prayer.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. My turn, I get a token, I'll pass and draw.
What's up, Full Circle? Token. Draw some cards. Just got in late. Want to say hello, Jenna. What's up? You haven't missed anything, really. It's all good. All right, let's crunch wrap here. I'll reset my tokens. Why is this game hating me? Putting that on the bottom. I might be able to wait you out, though.
You're getting close.
Play take game. Next, +3 with a reload. We're going to reload.
What up, Blue Butterfly?
Here. And then we're going to pay 1 with Salvage Shot Red to launch a Red Remorseless. It's going to be 8 damage, no Dominate. If any actions you play, you're going to lose a life for if it hits.
Seems good. Yeah. There.
What's up, Blue Butterfly? Yeah, look, everybody's cool.
How much are you hitting for?
I'm hitting for 8. How do you think they'll constantly keep all the classes competent with new classes on the horizon? And second, how should they package the PvE game? So technically, we don't really know that they have a bunch of classes on the horizon. It's likely, but over the course of what, 2 to 3 years, rolling out a class or two every year, I think this game is so mathematically tight and so well planned from the very beginning that this is all solved. I don't have any issues with that. You look at things that might happen, like we talked about on the Discord once. Runeblade builds up tokens and then attacks whenever your Runeblade attacks, they all pop. You could easily imagine like a cleric-based class or a paladin-based class that did damage to generate tokens. So like the opposite of Runeblade. So you generate 2 tokens, and then you can use those to do damage on your next turn, or you can use them to block damage, like those kinds of things. I think there's enough, they've given themselves enough levers, and they knew it from the start that there's no issue with more classes coming in. And then, how should they package the PvE game? I don't know, maybe just release it as a box or a card or a PDF or whatever. It should just take all your normal cards. Probably a box. Like the size of a booster box, honestly, would probably get you there. Or the size of a blitz deck. And it's a new, oh, there it is. Because you already have the packaging and you have the sizes. So
yeah,
blitz deck size, random monster, maybe. There's like 4 monsters in the set, and then you buy it, you shuffle it up and you play it. Maybe it has random cards in it, so every monster is a little bit different. A lot of good ideas. What's up, John Love? Yes, I just got into Fab recently. I've been loving the vids. I watch at work every day, and yesterday I opened my first arcane box, and I'm trying to build Wizard. Great, John. Watch this this video and rewind it when it's done. You'll see a lot of learning. I'll tell you that.
Block for 9.
9?
Yeah.
That's the perfect number.
Is it?
Yeah.
Great.
And nothing in the arsenal.
Okay.
That's a weird decision. Hold on, you don't have any cards.
1 card and 1 free resource.
Yeah. I'm gonna put this in the arsenal.
Okay. 3 and arsenal.
Okay, so it goes over to you and you pass. Oops, just did that wrong. Tunic up to 3. Okay, let's knock the whistle. Whistles go woo.
Woo! Adventure Co, we have not made it to any skirmishes. I've had a few busy weekends.
Put Remorseless on top there.
Oop.
Yeah, cool. So Remorseless goes on top. Knock is going to reload. Here. Yeah. Then we'll Aelia. And then we'll generate 1 to play a Remorseless with Dominate. 5 coming at you. No defense reactions from Arsenal. If it hits, you lose a life for every action, etc.
Yeah. Cards in hand?
2.
Let's go ahead and Kano's ability with an Eye of Ophidia.
Okay.
Leave this on top. Kano triggers. Put a yellow zap over here. Then I
Corey, I don't know what would have happened on Discord.
pay
Bryce is the one who mods that.
Kano's
Have to look
ability
at what you
again.
did. Okay.
I'll leave it.
Keep going.
We'll use my free resource to boost by 1 and then give a 3 damage zap.
2 cards in hand? Arsenal? Oh, I'll generate 2, block for 2.
Take one.
Take 1.
Okay. Then I'll block 3, take 2.
Yeah.
Finally did it, fam.
Under the hell. I won't put this in the arsenal.
My deck is thin. Been on a diet.
Yep. I've awaited you out long enough.
All right, you hit, so every action cost me a life.
That's right. Should take a lot of them.
I'm just going to take 1. Red zap. 3 damage coming at you.
Mm-hmm. We'll generate 3. Block 3.
You got it.
All right, let's do
This is it. 1.
red liner for a red sleep dart, and then tunic to play red sleep dart straight up. 5 damage.
Okay. I will pay 3 with Kano's ability. We'll leave that there.
Tony said wrong hat, Zach. Wrong hat.
Pay 3 for an unmovable.
Mm-hmm.
Block for 5.
You got me.
Ooh.
Putting this in the arsenal.
Okay. Token. We'll just pass and draw.
Okay. Let's kick it off with a $5 token. Cross wrap to peak. I'll leave that there. Do a red plunder run from Arsenal. We'll do red liner, red salvage shot there. Generate 2 with a yellow sleep dart. Spend 1 on an 8 damage salvage shot.
Dominate?
No dominate. Use some cards, man.
All right. First, let's
Palpatine has returned.
Kano's ability. Heart of Faendel for 3. So I'll look and then I'll gain a life.
About to go back up. How many of you guys out there are wagering that Zach is staring at his 18th blue zap right now?
Card's name?
2. Both blue. Tim, I agree with you, man. I'm so excited about a game that finds a way to create such a complex interaction web with so few cards in a small board state.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I have to think about this. Lord Almighty. That's good.
I love it. I love it.
Okay. We will banish it. Tome of Faendel. And then I will pay 1 to play it as an instant. Draw 2.
Mm-hmm. Dude, you're almost out. I can wait you out.
You're close.
I'm not. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Let's go Cindering Foresight yellow. +1 op 2. Put them on bottom.
Blue zap, blue zap.
Then pay 3 to do it again. Not good.
That's how I felt with Aelia that one time. I was like, I'm out of arrows.
Let's block for 1, and I'll pay 1 for Absorbent Aether red. So I have a +3 floating. I needed to hit something there. Block for 5.
Oh, the defense reaction, right? Blocking for 5.
Mm-hmm.
So you're taking 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Plunder Run's going to draw me this card. And I'm going to put this into the arsenal.
All right. Mine?
Yeah.
Gain a resource. Sure. Use my Tunic resource for a blue life for a life.
There it is. For 2.
Uh-huh. Way to go again.
Watch out. Okay. Oh, well, just block, right? Just block. I'll take it.
Okay.
Oh, if it hits, you get a life point. Can't have that. Can't have that. I'll block it for 2.
Okay. You blocked it. Let's go again. Thinking about my life. I'll leave that there.
Okay. Yikes.
We could have been a contender. We were this close.
All right, here we go. Crunchwrap Supreme. Leaving it. Let's play Poison the Tips. Discard if something hits and reload.
He's in his final form.
Reload, that's right. Reload here. We'll use Aelia to flip-flop that. That's where that goes. And then we'll generate 2, pay 1, 5 damage, Remorseless, with Dominate.
Cool.
Discard if hits.
Kano ability? I have Ophidia?
How many times?
Well, now I know what's left. It ain't good.
The garbage chute.
Opt, and then we'll
right.
get Kano's ability. So this goes here. No,
Savage Shot to the bottom.
it stays.
Giggle party.
Block for 3. Take 2.
There's that blue zap. Take 2. Discard a card if you would, please, sir. Take an action, lose a life. I'm not going to put this in the arsenal.
All right. Mine. Blue scar for a scar. Take a damage.
The end game now. Oh, man. Block it for 2.
Okay. Then play Gaze the Ages. Take 1.
Here we go. Committing seppuku.
Yeah. I can't quite kill myself, though. I wish I could. We'll leave both those on top.
All right.
And then my turn, I'll draw.
All right. Tunic up. Knock the death whistle. It's the moment. Go get him. What a fitting end. What a freaking slog. Maybe. I don't know.
I just murder you. Son of a...
And we'll reload here. Use Aelia. Use the tunic. 5 damage, dominate, sleep dart. Coming at you.
Okay. First, let's use Kano's ability with Heart of Fando. We won't banish it. It's Kano's ability. Kano's ability.
Go to sleep, wizard.
Pass. Dead.
All right. Wow.
All right. All right.
So that was wild. I think that's the game. I wonder if that's the game that took the Aelia deck to the next stage whenever he just bricked me out. So you have to be able to do more damage.
Correct.
That's the problem. Let me diagnose this real quick.
Oh, I'm going to die again. Yeah.
I don't know. I just something.
Oh my God.
Something
That's
tells me.
hilarious. Yeah, I felt the first half of that game, I felt really good.
You were cruising. It's like cruising USA style.
And then, yeah, that old game, that's amazing. That,
you played at the Celebration Station or whatever.
And the turn that you, I need to make some changes to the deck when I'm going to play it again. The turn that you, I had
Arena's prayer.
Yeah, that turn was really perfect for you. But I felt very comfortable most of that game. And then I just ran out of gas. So that is the kind of balance you have to, if an opponent is willing to just go all in and not taking damage.
You always got to have the brick house.
Interestingly, you were taking damage though, right? Because
Yeah.
I was way up.
Yeah.
It's just that when it came down to it, you weren't.
I didn't go in thinking that, but then I was like, I'm so behind that I don't think I can catch up in a traditional way. So I started playing more conservatively. Would you put Remembrance in? 3 yellow Remembrance?
I think
Shuffle 2 back?
I think there's cards I have to add before I go to Remember.
Ryan said Red Drone of Brutality that always goes to the graveyard or goes to the bottom of the deck.
It's pretty good.
Not a bad idea.
Things that I appreciate more now, having played it a couple times. First is Forked Lightning.
Yeah. Is that the 2/2?
Yeah, so if you use the Crucible of Aetherweave for +1, and then you play Forked Lightning, it ends up being 2 instances of 3, but you can only use Arcane Barrier against this card 1 time.
Right.
So you can block
6 goes right through.
Even at 4, I'd have 2 that you can't deal with. But cards like
you were getting back to this exact thing, right? Whenever it was like, I've got to do Dominate because I got to be able to get through their defense.
I got to be able to get through.
You're doing pockets of 2 to 4 damage every time, rather than a big like 8 that they can't Arcane Barrier out of.
Yeah.
Except for Blazing Aether, but that requires you to hit damage, so
yeah,
it makes a ton of sense.
I only had 2 copies of Blazing Aether, and I think it's an obvious 3 once you learn how to do it. But like, so Forked Lightning, on a turn when I like absorb an Aether red, it gives that much damage +2.
Yeah.
So +2 to both of those instances.
That's the card, man.
And then I also like that Cindering Foresight that gives +1. It makes that 3. If I do this, it's 4. Now I'm doing 8. And so that's a good card to like get damage in.
There's even a way to get around Feign Death. Because one of those instances will get Feign, but the other one would actually go through.
Yeah, that's true.
That's beautiful. Yeah, James, that's right. Fort coming in is a single source of damage. That's why it's so good. I guess would it be? That's a good question. Actually, maybe you were talking about in relation to Feign Death. I have to see that. It says prevent the next time you would be dealt damage this turn, prevent it.
Well, it says deal 2 arcane damage, period.
Yeah.
Deal 2 arcane damage.
But it's resolving as a single effect.
I don't know. It's a good question.
So resolving as a single effect is why you can't use Arcane Barrier on both. But it also might be why Feign Death would work against it. James is saying stir the Aether Wind. Is that what that card is? Okay, Ryan, get dealt damage twice. So Feign Death would only block the first instance of that. I assume that's right. Yeah, good. Okay, so it does get around Feign to some degree.
Yeah. So stir is play your next wizard non-attack card this turn that were an instant, and it deals that much. Plus, red is 3, yellow is 2, blue is 1, but it costs 2. Stir fork blazing. So I see why that's so good.
So wizard is just an unfolding puzzle the entire time. Isn't
if you play stir, it costs 2, so you have to be able to pay 2 for it, then pay 3 for forked, and also have blazing in hand for this combo to happen. But let's say you did.
That's a 5-card hand. You could have 1 in the arsenal.
Yeah, that's a certain amount
of Tome of Fyendal or whatever.
So stir costs you 2, and it makes your next thing +3, and it makes your next thing an instant. But the thing I am not drawing a conclusion on, so if you play this and it's +3, now it's 5 and 5. That's really good. But to play Blazing Aether, you now have to play it as an instant somehow. So you could Striders it if you had the resource, but that's getting real.
That might be the Striders. That's a 6. That's 2 blues. Pitch 2 blues. Stir forked Blazing Aether.
Yeah.
Off the boots.
These boots were made for 1.
Yeah, good question. So, what's up, John the Bard? Hey, good to see you. So James saying Feign blocks all of the effect. Ryan, you're saying Feign only blocks 1/2. So let's get to the bottom of this. Rules off. Tell me how or why it would block it all or block only half of it. James saying it's a single source of damage, even though it's actually 2 nested in 1 source. It'd be similar. I guess the better question is, why can't you Arcane Barrier both instances of Forked Lightning?
So this resolution moment is apparently happening at once. And you have to generate Arcane Barrier at that moment. But it's specifically saying deal 2, period, deal 2, period. So Feign Death is weird because it prevents the next time you would be dealt damage.
Yeah.
Which I think is the first sentence, is when you're being dealt. Unless it's saying the next time a card deals damage.
Is the card the next time you're dealt damage? Yeah, that's the question. And honestly, how is Arcane Barrier worded differently? That's the better question. What's up, Yoon Johnny saying hi from South Korea. I'm excited to get my first deck when Monarch comes out. Finally bit the bullet. That's amazing. So good. There was an awesome Netrunner community in South Korea, probably still is, that Michael Boggs was a part of before he came back and did lead design. So could be a good fit if you can find that crew. Easy transition from Netrunner. Of course, if they're, and also the Nisei stuff's coming out, so that's a good way to get hooked up anyway.
Don't mind me.
James saying, look at the unlimited card text. Oh, on unlimited, it said forked lightning is considered a single source of damage.
Yeah, this is an unlimited version.
Oh, here we go. In the parentheses. Effects that modify damage do both. Forked lightning is considered a single source of damage. So Feign Death would definitely block all of it, right?
Yeah.
And for the same reason, Arcane Barrier couldn't be used more than once. Cool, Johnny. That's great. Oh, Ryan coming in. 2 sources of damage, 1 source. 2 instances of damage, 1 source. Gunchi, what's up? Double Shot coffee purchases. Do we get their coffee? We do. Double Shot's really, really good. Okay, Colin, I'm reading. So Legend Story responded to a question about Forked. If buffed with Crucible, coming in for 6, and a defender has red Enchanting Melody, which blocks the next 4, it blocks 4 of the 6. That makes sense. James also says that it's been confirmed that Feign Death blocks all the damage by the Flesh and Blood rules discussion from Legend Story. Colin saying if it was 2 instances, it would only block 3. Here we go. I like this. I like that I don't have to know it, you know?
We just have a lot of friends.
I'm just waiting for everybody to agree, and then I'll move on with my life.
Yeah.
And
that's nice.
I mean, it would make sense that if there's a corpse that you're electrifying once, you probably would stop electrifying it when you realize it's dead. You know what I mean?
When you think it's dead.
When you think it's dead. Unless the first source of electrification wakes Ranger up like, ah, and then you realize it's not dead yet. So then you keep blasting it.
We're not dead yet.
Do you want to do one more game?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you want to stay on Wizard, or do you want to play something fun? For you. I mean, this is great, honestly. I understand Wizard more than I ever have.
I'm comfortable continuing. I get on kicks, and I just need to dive
You want a
in.
different deck? Or do you want to take on I know you like to fight the Balrog here and see if you can beat the same.
I do like to play the same thing.
All right, let's play the same thing.
But if you would have more fun.
It'll make it an easier YouTube title. Ranger v.
That's
Wizard.
Right. I went back and updated the last couple,
Boogaloo.
by the way, after the fact.
Oh, good.
Let's say that.
Gotcha saying, so good, I got a grinder from them and they include a sample of natural Panama. It was great. Yeah, great.
Yeah, we have
Double Shot's good.
Some surprisingly good coffee shops in town.
Yeah. Everything about Tulsa is surprisingly good.
Yeah, it really is.
Literally
it's
everything.
understated and then it delivers.
Yeah.
That's
just like
I'm
Covenant.
a fan. It's a cultural thing.
It's a cultural thing, that's right. Nothing flashy. Just the fundies. Surprise people.
I feel like with a Wizard, the craziness is that when you use your Storm Striders and your Metacarpus node is like unbelievably important.
This game, I used to think it was about the arsenal, but really it's about using your equipment at the perfect time.
I think it depends on the hero. Some of my equipment is way less important. Like Bravo's is not as critical.
I even think when people use their Tunic resource, like, don't be in a hurry. Like everybody with value brain, which is me, is saying like, if I use it now, I can get another resource probably before the end of this game. And therefore, the more times I use that, the more value it is. But it's not really true.
Playing it at the right time is worth way more than just using a resource.
Yeah, it's a key that can unlock a 20 damage turn or like a 0 damage turn.
Absolutely. Maven saying, are you guys recommending we all move to salsa? Absolutely.
Yeah, but only if you're cool, because we don't want everybody,
right.
to bring the weird in here. We're not weird like Austin. We're just better than expected. Salsa, better than expected.
Approaching acceptable. Even Steven?
Yeah.
Odd.
All right.
I'll go first.
Yeah, you got to, don't you?
Way less good of a first hand.
Robert Ballard, what would just hit me that we get Monarch and Galaxy's Most Wanted in basically the same month?
We sure do.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And if you play Ashes, probably Breaker of Fate.
Ooh. And if you don't, why not? There's a lot, because there's a lot of good games right now, man.
Yeah.
We're in a freaking miracle time.
Okay.
Who knew that you'd have it so good whenever everything else was so bad?
I mean, I'm glad that it happened that way. Like, if it's going to go bad, at least there can be some things going very well.
It's true. You know, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, rainbow at the end of the gold pod, or whatever it is.
Silver tuning. Okay, here's what I'll do.
Gunchi, we're throwing that Ashes tournament, and it'll be great.
It's going to be great. We're going to Crucible for 1. +1. Then I'm going to play a Forked Lightning. 3 and 3. Pitching. You know it. Heart of Faendal. Gain 1.
Just right like that?
Just like
that.
that.
Wait a minute. I wasn't ready for this. So 3 and 3?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that card's good. That's way better than anything you were doing previously.
So 6 damage. You have an Arcane Barrier 3.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that could be a blazing. Either no, you couldn't play it as an instant. Right.
I could.
With 1. Oh, cool. That's a cool little freak out play.
Turn 1. Just go crazy.
I'll block 2 with this Feign Death so that I can see that later in the game when I might need it.
Okay.
Take 4.
Take 4. Call me in the morning. Put this in Arsenal.
Okay. Oh, right. Hold on. I should at least do 5 because I get a mulligan. I forgot.
You only have Arcane Barrier 3.
Yeah, just what I mean. I'll do another 3.
Okay.
So I'll take 1 less and draw back. That draw up is too important. Well, Fork Lightning's good.
Immediately.
All right. 1 on Spring Tunic.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, James. So that is a Fab ruled on it. Does Feign Death block all of Forked? Yes, it prevents both instances of damage. There you go. Now you know. Ravenous Rabble. Oof. 2 damage coming in.
Block for 2.
Skull Cap. Hello.
Use it while I got it.
Yeah, you got to.
Technically, that stays in the chain, from what I heard. So I couldn't block with it again.
Oh, yeah. That's right. But I'm about to use an ability, and then it'll clear out.
That's right.
Out, yeah.
That's why the one of few times that currently matters.
Using Redliner.
There you go.
Clears. Generate 1. Red take aim there. And shoot a hamstring shot for 5. No funny business.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sure. Let's do it. I'll put this in. You get a
Just
reaction.
right to the helmet. 1 arrow to the helmet. I have no reactions.
Took an arrow to the knee. Let's. Pay 1. Red absorb in either. +2 to my next effect.
It's defense reaction there.
Mm-hmm.
Blocking all 5?
Yep.
All right, I got nothing.
Okay. So that'll clear.
Sure.
Helmet's buried.
Helmet's
You
dead.
taught me a lesson last time.
I'll try to pass there.
All right, I'm going to think about how I want to handle this. I mean, that seems fine. I'm not really seeding anything. Sure. I'll pay 1 with the Crucible. And then I'll pay 1.
Is this +3?
Oh, no, you know what? I can't do that. I can't do that.
Use the Striders. Right now. Now's the time.
Mm.
Come on, man.
I'm going to pay 3 to trigger Kano again.
Okay. All right. Good.
Okay. Then I'll just pass.
All right. 1 in the arsenal. And here we go.
It's a shame. I'll just do a red zap for 3.
Red zap for 3. Oosh. Hate that. Ugh, gross. Oof.
Very emotional game.
That's awful. Block for 2.
Take 1.
Taking 1.
Put this in arsenal.
Cross wrap.
Skull, bone, cross, wrap.
Yellow plunder run from arsenal. Yep. Good. Hit that tunic there. Let's do a red liner. Oh, wait. Gotta do this first. Let's do Aelia. Morses to the bottom. Started from the bottom, now we're here. And then I'll pitch a Feign Death. 1 floating. Dominate hamstring coming in at 7. Plunder run effect is in the house. I think I like the triangles, yeah?
Yeah, they're good. I like them a lot. Yeah.
We're distinctive. I don't know. I'll switch him. I'll play with him like this, see what happens.
Hmm. 7, you say? But it's really 8. If you hit.
No, it's hamstring. It's just an additional money to play an attack action. Turn your scar for a scar isn't a waste of time, so that's worth something.
Yeah. Let's. I don't know anymore.
You had the opportunity to play a, slice somebody with a weapon class. And you played the Thinker instead.
Yeah.
You'd be done with Guardian by now. We'd be over.
It'd be over.
Guardian v Brute, it's over
82
already.
games over. It's just an interesting... I mean, I can block it, of course, but...
Get your one card.
It's basically either go ham here or block it. Well, it's worth just poking around. I'll use Kano's ability first.
Poking around like ham poking around?
Let's see what we're getting. Okay, we'll banish it. Centering Foresight.
You always love seeing that
+1,
card.
op 2. Okay. This goes on bottom, this goes in. We'll pay 3 Kano's ability again. Gaze the Aegis. Play it, op 2. It's going to bounce to my hand.
Card's good.
Put this under, put this here.
Is that why it's majestic?
Yeah.
They make the good ones majestic.
And it
all the time.
bounces. Then I'll pay 3 to do Kano again.
Yeah.
Gaze the Aegis. We're going digging, ladies and gentlemen. Put this under.
Use the grave digger.
Put this back.
It's good to hear.
Yeah. It's a joke how good it is. What's your cards in hand?
1.
Okay. Let's pay 1 to use my Crucible. Then I'll pay 2, so it has +2, for a Sonic Boom.
Okay.
Wait, I can't do that. Can't do any of this.
You're really in wizard delirium now.
Yeah.
This is you're
I
playing.
banished it somehow. Palpatine is returned. So I don't know what happened, but I know that's what happened. Because I had Sonic on the top of my deck when I did my ability. I get it. So Sonic Boom's happening at +2.
It's like Queen's Gambit. You're starting to see the cards on the ceiling there.
Yeah, it hurts my brain.
How much is that total?
It's a 5 damage attack coming at you. And if it hits, I get to look at the top card of my deck and do that jazz.
Yeah. I'm going to take 5.
Great. I can play this red snapback for 3.
I'm going to fake death on that one.
Because you've already taken damage. I get you. Then I have to decide here. Let's block for 3.
All right.
Take
7.
-3, 4.
That's right. Then I'll draw for Plunder Run and put it in the arsenal.
Okay. This clicks up to 3. These go under. This goes away. And then I'll pass you. Drop.
Okay. Tunic.
Tunicon.
Cross wrap, showing you a red hamstring shot. I'll leave that there. That there? You have the goods this time? You know? Let's do, weirdly enough, let's do Enlightened Strike. We're going to give it Go Again. I'm going to put this under to pay the cost. So 5 damage, go again. Coming at you.
Do that. I won't block.
Reactions.
Pass.
Pass.
You pass first.
All right, let's go again there. Let's play a red Nimbalism.
Mm-hmm.
Clear that out. Let's pay 1 for an 8 damage hamstring shot off the tunic. Holding the 1 card. I like that head shake. Yes. Give into the despair. I will be an international champion.
You love to see it. All right, so if I do this, then I can find out. What are you at? You're at 8?
8 total, yeah.
All right. 1 card in hand.
1 card.
No resources.
It's blue.
So you couldn't prayer or feign death.
I can't prayer or feign death, no.
It's good information.
No. You've already seen, you should know you've already seen all 3 feign deaths.
Okay. I don't.
I haven't reshuffled. The first one was a pitch, second one was a pitch, third one was played.
Okay.
You haven't seen any prayers.
Yeah, but you don't have resources.
I have no money. I can't. No,
you're good for
it's
business.
wide open. Best I can do is block 3. Do you feel lucky? Punk.
Interesting. This has got to be wrong.
Maybe it's not.
Maybe it's not.
You ever think about that?
Never.
Maybe it's not.
If I do that, I gotta see.
Take it to the tunic there.
Yeah, just block with the tunic.
Block with the
loaded up tunic. Okay, cool. Yeah, I could block the storm strider.
I guess you could, yeah, for 0.
For no reason.
It struck me that that Guardian, everything gets +1 thing on things they don't have Blade Break or Battle Worn.
Just keep using it.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. Forged in War.
Oh,
Is that what that's called?
Yeah, Forged for War or something like that.
No rules, just right. Is that Arby's? Outback.
I don't know.
Seems like an Outback slogan.
Let's do this. I'm gonna do this. Ready for this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna use Crucible with an Eye of Ophidia.
Okay. Let's do this. Look.
Good information.
Nice. That's what I said whenever I missed on an R&D run with Netrunner to make it feel better.
I'm gonna put those on top.
At least I have information.
Then, wrong moves. I'm gonna bust my Storm Striders.
Oh no. Oh
Next
yeah.
card's an instant. I'm gonna play a Chain Lightning as an instant. The next non-attack wizard card I play this turn, I can play it as it's an instant, and if I played another wizard non-attack action, it does 3, but I'm not letting that resolve yet.
No, don't pass that priority.
I'm going to pay 1 for a snapback from Arsenal.
Yeah.
And the +1, technically this is the first thing that triggers, so that's going to give that +1, this gets played. 2 damage coming at you.
Right on. Because it's the next thing you play, right? It's the next thing you play?
Yeah.
2 Arcane. I'll just pitch this yellow and block 2.
Okay, block 2. Then you have 4 coming at you.
You did 4 to me. I can't do anything about it.
4 hits, and then I can play my next wizard thing as an instant if I want. Actually,
should I technically block this one instead of that other one? Is that worse for you? Is that matter?
It doesn't matter. So you take 4, and then I'll play a Blazing Aether as an instant. So you'll take 4 from this.
Okay. Going down to 3.
So basically,
23.
If you had a red there particularly, it's like I know you're about to take like a bunch of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Then I take whatever you're dealing.
I'm dealing 8. Take it. Your next attack costs an additional money to play.
Deal.
Deal.
Pass.
All right, well, that was an easy way to get around that. Okay, well, so you think you've got a chance here. Let's do take aim for +3. Throw this here. Let's do cross trap. Reveal this. Put it on the top or the bottom. I'm cool with that. I'll keep it there. As well. Now, really, the question is this. Yeah, it's so bad. I'm not doing it. Use knock. Pay 1. 8 damage salvage shot coming in. 1 card in hand, 2 resources floating.
I'll react with an immovable, skipping a few steps. Block for 5, take 3.
Yep. Salvage goes to the bottom. Thank you for your service. Moving to the end phase. Good?
Yep, good. All good.
Okay, and then I will put this in my arsenal. All right.
Okay. I'm going to use my Fandale's resource to play a red life for a life.
Oh, yeah? 4 damage life for life, huh?
You got it.
Dang. Yeah. Why don't we do... It's going to hit. Man, 4 damage is the worst. You guys don't have those Fate Foreseens against Wizard. And it's just like... It's going to hit, everybody.
Everybody?
All right.
You could leave them in.
It's a disaster. Enlighten Strike. Blocking. Taking 1.
Let's go again. I'm going to play a Tome of Aetherwind. Draw 2.
Toby got to ask him, what are unlimited cross traps going for? I don't know, Toby. Anyone help him out there?
I'm going to assume a couple hundred. Put that under. Draw. Your turn.
Okay. Let's play Knock the Death Whistle.
Mehmet says 1 to 150.
Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
That's only going to get even, hopefully, alleviated a little more with the unlimited prints coming.
Remorseless on top. I'm going to put this in the arsenal. We'll play Nimblism Red. Redliner here. Aelia here. Got a Remorseless to Remorseless swap there. And then generate 2. 1 floating. No cards in hand. Here it is. 8 damage Remorseless with Dominate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's just open season.
It's open season.
Let's pay 3 for Kano. See what we get. Red Zap's not bad.
A little sneaky 3 there.
Okay. Sure. Let's pay 1, 2 floating to do Crucible of Aetherwind +1. And then I'll play a red Zap for 4.
Yeah. I'll take it while I got it. I'm going to block 1 and take 3.
Okay. Then from hand, I'll play a red Snapback for 3.
Is it an instant?
Yep, because I played a wizard. Attack action.
Taking 3.
Then from arsenal, I'll play a yellow Snapback for 2.
Taking 2. Going to 14.
And then I will block for 2, take 6.
All right. Take 6.
Sometimes it's the option. This will go on. It'll be your turn again.
All right. Tunic up.
2 and a cup.
Tunic up. Tunic up. Play a red take aim.
Mm-hmm.
Reload this. Maybe +3. A cross wrap. Opt 1. Leave it there. Play a yellow take aim. Reload here. Use Aelia. Yellow hamstring there. Been going after your legs this game. And find dolls. Got a 9 damage dominate hamstring shot coming at you. 1 card in hand, no resources.
9.
9.
It's interesting. Cards in hand. 1.
1
With dominate.
with dominate.
Okay. I won't put a card in.
Reactions.
You pass.
Pass.
Pay for seeing red.
It can resolve.
Ah, my brain. Let me think about that for a second. Definitely, let's banish it. It's a chain lightning. I have to think. All right, it's an opt, so I haven't done that.
Whoa! It's Beekman's world of wizardry.
Sure. I'm gonna use Kano, chain lightning. Then I'm gonna pay to use chain lightning.
This is all when before Fate
defend
Foreseen
react.
resolves.
Fate foreseen resolved. I got my opt.
Okay, so there's a. Then you, let's see, you would still have that priority window, right? You play a reaction in,
Yeah,
and then
so I'm still
but you have to
rolling.
pass it back to me for us to both pass simultaneously. Yeah.
So I'll play that, and I'm not letting that resolve yet. So I'm gonna pay one.
Don't you dare.
We're gonna red snapback for 3.
Okay.
So you have a 3 damage, and then once that resolves, this will resolve also for 3.
Okay. No, nothing there. I'm gonna go to 11. Nothing there.
Yep.
Going to 8. Then I'm gonna play +1 attacker.
Got me. Down to 0.
Just barely.
Yep.
That felt a lot. That Fork Lightning felt way better.
Yeah. Well, I think fork, and more importantly too, like just having more consistently cards that do a lot, regardless of whether it's forked or not, it just gives me another threat.
Yeah. Yeah. What are your thoughts? Wizard thoughts. Let's zoom out for a second.
I definitely, it's more interactive than I previously thought it was.
Yeah, it is better.
Like the way we were playing it originally was way less interactive.
Yeah.
There are a lot of really interesting choices. I definitely understand the player that's going to just absolutely adore this play style.
Yeah.
I like it. You just have to be committed to playing it a lot. I think if you got good at this, the tax of playing would not be there.
Would you say that you understand it and appreciate it? It's just like, it's not necessarily, I wouldn't take it as a play style you would gravitate toward.
No.
It's good to know. It's kind of like me playing Data Doll, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
I just got to know how this works.
I think the most interesting part of it for me is like, it's not like I like the theme and the character, and like Fire Wizard is generically like a cool thing. And I like understanding how to execute it, but I would never want to execute this across a tournament.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot.
Now, there is a small part of me that like would want to get so good at it. Because I know that if you were really good at Kano, it's a huge advantage. Because it's so different to every other character in the game.
Yeah.
That your opponent's deck and also just play style is probably not going to be geared towards this.
And you have to have good wizards in your meta to be good against a wizard.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like there's going to be so many less good wizards that people aren't just going to know how to play against it.
And I feel like high-level wizard players, like really, truly high-level, are going to be very rare.
Yeah.
But whoever has...
Which is kind of cool, right? It's like real-life wizarding.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not easy to be a wizard, right? But it's not as hard to swing a hammer.
That's right.
Thematically, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Rhinar, you know.
Yeah.
It's a club. It's a little bit
but,
different.
you know, like, if you're out there watching, I know Kendall, one of our locals, was talking about getting into the game, and he was interested in Wizard, and I was like, dude...
He would love Wizard.
We need you on Wizard, actually.
Yeah.
We will all be better for it. You'll be great at Wizard, because we're going to throw everything else at you, but, like, we need you.
That's right.
But no, it's not... It's a deck I enjoy playing. I just would not want to play it like this, playing 3 times in a row. And obviously I'm still learning. Like I'm early on in the process, but it's not something I would want to like jam for 12 hours.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
it's wild.
As a concept and like as a deck that I'm working on and tweaking and getting decent at, and like I think it's helpful to play as it to start seeing those lines. Because when you're playing against it, sometimes they'll go off for like 14, and then you just assume they can do that every time.
Yeah.
And you're just like afraid to do anything.
Yeah, it's the same with Brute too, you know? It's like when your turns are great, they're terrifyingly good. And then sometimes it's just like this is the question though. This is a real question about Flesh and Blood. There's a question about the future of this game. One of the things that I think is going to be tough that we're going to have to watch right now, the consistency of what I want to do is low enough that it's happening fairly rarely. Like my triple or quadruple intimidate turns with brutes are not constant, right? Sometimes you get the double bonehead turn, those kinds of things. Will eventually for the class there be enough tools released, which we see in every game, that I can consistently do the big turns even twice as often. And that would speed every game up like times 2, because every class would just be firing their tricks constantly. So like right now, I feel like it's a limited card pool that's holding a lot of that back. But when Wizard, if you have everything, all of these things that are cycling it perfectly, at what point are we all just kind of like at our final forms? And is that ultimately not a fun game? Is it get to that Yu-Gi-Oh thing where it's like the first person with the big combo wins or whatever?
I mean, as long as they get the resource curve right, like what I mean by that is like all of the potent stuff here is red. But like to really make this deck fire, you still have to have a lot of blues. And so, like, I don't know what combination of cards, for me at least, would make it so that I'm just, like, ridiculously hitting every time.
Yeah.
Like, because the constant tension is the reality that, like, you have to have a lot of blues, but you also want to go crazy on certain turns.
That's the tension of, like, all of Flesh and Blood.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, so that's...
So good.
It's hard to imagine a world where, like... Like I don't necessarily feel like I'm like short cards that do this more. Like I have, even in Wizard, like I have plenty of attack options.
Right.
But like you can't just have the attacks. That can't be your whole strategy because it just doesn't work that way. So I don't know. I mean
they seem so mathematically on a certain cost curve and they're just not breaking it. Like a 0 cost red is worth 3 damage somehow, right? Like usually, and with a little bit, and a 0 cost red defense reaction is worth 4.
Yeah, and a 1 cost attack is worth 4 with an ability, or 3 with a really good ability.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool. Adventure is saying we're already seeing this a bit with Dorinthia. Giving the sword go again pre-curve was difficult. Now every hand almost will give the sword go again in some capacity. That's a good point, but I also wonder how much this card pool is balanced around a single cycle, like the 3-cycle set.
Yeah.
Because Dorinthia also, without being able to go again with that sword a lot, is not
dead in the water.
threatening enough, right? So it may be that like we're seeing right now, is this the peak of these classes from the first cycle? And then the second cycle, is it taking us in a totally different direction?
I mean,
is Ranger getting nothing but traps? You know, is Wizard getting nothing but, opt cards? you don't really know exactly how they're going to balance this thing.
Well, from what James was saying when he was on our podcast, right? It's like it seemed like they had designed, at least through Monarch, if not further, before they even hit print on the first set.
Yeah.
So, like, from a design perspective, whatever exists probably through this year probably existed before they even printed Welcome to Raid.
That's so refreshing to hear, isn't it?
Yeah, and from the way they talk, it makes it sound like they have a couple of years of development in advance, and they're playing with that stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not a surprise to them, which is why when he says, like, I think Monarch's gonna, like, break down the walls, because I believe him more because he's been playing with that stuff for a while.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, we're really notching it up this time, you're going to be excited about it. It's not the conversation.
Right.
It's like, no, you're going to see the whole picture for the first time.
Yeah, which is a lot different than like, check out this new crazy mechanic,
Yeah.
you know, that we see sometimes.
You're not going to believe what we do to the resource.
And you may as well believe it, because James is obviously a very good Flesh and Blood player. Like, he did extremely well with Cavden at one of those events.
Which most people think is not a great character.
Right. I mean, none of us could. I couldn't figure it out. It's like, what are you supposed to do here?
Mehmet's saying that Legend Stories apparently said they have 5 years of sets developed.
That's amazing.
Also, can you imagine? I've said this before, but like, picturing development and printing from a card game standpoint, like, when you have 5 years of content planned out, and you can like watch what the meta's doing right now, and when you're going to hit print on a set, you can choose which of the cards for the next 5 years you're going to put into this set.
Mm-hmm. What tools need right now to make the meta better?
That's so...
Yeah, so how powerful is that?
Especially if you're playing with all that content at once, right? You're used to playing with... in 5 years, the meta is going to be great because you've been working on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can literally just like start peppering in whatever spice you want to add to the dish gets added. And I think that's where like people are asking about the future of the game. I think it's we can minorly have that conversation. My watch isn't working.
Nothing but time.
But like, a few things for me. One, from a game development standpoint, I think they have that on lock. That's not where this is going to go wrong. We're talking if they have 5 years developed, right? Like, I don't think that is where this gets off the cart gets off the road. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest thing they're going to have to deal with right now, two things. Obviously, supply is real short at the moment. We'll see how Monarch goes. I'm hopeful, but also I kind of want it to sell out because that means there's a lot of people want to play this game. Secondarily is...
Or at least buy the products.
Yeah.
As we talked about in the podcast today.
The second thing is...
Just investing in this?
When things are going back to normal, we said this the whole time, the past year and a half, is how big of an opportunity it is when, especially like the United States starts going back to pre-pandemic times, whatever that looks like. Stores start opening, people can start playing the game, people can be local. I think we're starting to see that in some areas, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how they capture that without also doubling down on the problem, which is there's not enough product. Because you can create your own problem here, which is like if you're too good at capturing excitement when things are going back to normal, but you also can't print enough, it's the Destiny problem, which is like you have people with product that can't get other product. You have people that don't have product that want to get in,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hit and miss on who's getting it. And you have communities that are smaller because people can't get it's just this whole thing.
Yeah.
Those seem like the biggest ticket items to me.
The best solution to that to me seems to be print Monarch Blitz decks until you're dead, basically, because like that's something that's
phenomenal entry point.
It's not flowing through the same pipe that those booster boxes are flowing through. So whatever printers can print a non-collated card game, print them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that is an example of something that's really helpful. And they've been doing a lot of stuff that is obvious that they're paying attention and making good decisions. I think the Skirmish Event Series was a great idea in isolation to get people actually playing the game. I think doing the Blitz decks, I've seen so many people saying, I was hesitant to even try the game, but now I'm going to try it because those are coming out. That's a huge victory. And like you're saying, maybe collated booster boxes, etc. Maybe there's a finite amount of boxes you can make on a routine basis.
Little Cardamundi
But, like,
logjam.
Print those starter decks until you're dead.
Yeah.
I mean,
Blue in the face. Yeah.
If at least those are around, the number of people that could get interested and try the game and play and enjoy it is super high.
Yeah.
And so as long as that's the case, previous players have cards to play with, new players have a way to play.
Yeah.
That's manageable no matter what else happens.
Yeah.
And then just print as much product as you can print. But again, depending on the situation, The inverse problem is you have something like Monarch come out, and this isn't going to be the case, but maybe you way overprint. At that point, you probably also already hit print on the next set. Maybe you have contracts about how much you're going to consume of the next couple of things. So as a smaller, younger company, I don't know the full situation, but like you do not want to end up in a situation where you're expecting everything to just sell out. You print all this stuff, and then you get caught with a bunch of inventory.
Yeah.
That's another thing that could be...
That's a classic death knell.
A problem.
For publishers like this.
If you just get too leveraged. But ultimately, I think the game's phenomenal. This community's been fantastic. I think Legend Story is really paying attention, and they're trying.
And honestly, dude, they're making the connection. They're networking. I mean, we've got all the way from Fireball to TCG player
Star
to
City recently.
Star City now. It's like, if you're trying to make moves, this is exactly how you do it.
They have done...
Exactly.
They have currently executed brilliantly. Obviously, like, I don't think there's anything they could have done to anticipate the size of the wave that came after Crucible. And like, there's just, especially because they had to print that in when the pandemic was raged, like it's like a weird thing. But they're working from every decision they're making. It's like, it's obvious they're working to catch up. And so you just need to not lose your mojo in that gap, right? Where you're catching up.
We still got, 50 days till Monarch?
Something like that.
50-ish days?
Because it's the end of next month. But
we'll be there.
Feels like forever since, because Crucible didn't come out. Remember when Crucible came out and it was like, it's going to be, I think originally they said March.
Yeah.
Felt like forever, but I think they needed it to try to catch up.
Yeah.
And it's already almost over.
Yeah. And we just got Welcome to Wraith back.
Yeah.
So at least there's more stuff coming back in.
Keeps happening, and over time as well, right? The more sets that are out, when you see this a lot, but when there's only one set, everyone buys a bunch of that one set. So the first 2 sets are out, everyone's buying just that. But once you get like 4 or 5 sets out with unlimited sets coming out and new sets coming out, it's way easier to keep stuff in stock.
Yeah.
Because the new players, not all of them, are going to be like 4 boxes of every set all the time.
Sure.
So, and hopefully Monarch functions like Welcome to Wraith did, where if you can even get a couple boxes of that, it's kind of like a starter set.
Yeah.
Because it's a good start point.
Yeah, you get your basics, your brick of basics. All right, well, hey, thank you for joining us, everybody. This has been Flesh and Blood Tuesday, one of the longer sessions that we've done. Wizarding on tap here. That was exciting. That was good. I was glad to at least see it happen and not be so scared of it anymore.
Yeah, I'm definitely past that. I'm past the intimidation of it being on the table.
Yeah. All right, so we do have, of course, Welcome to Wraith. We've got some boxes in right now of Unlimited. Don't know if they'll still be there when you're watching this back later, if you guys are watching this after the stream. We've also got some slots left in the Unlimited Monarch subscriptions. Those are also filling up fast, so if you need that set, again, it's mapped, minimum price. 3 boxes, free shipping in the US. It's about as good as I think you could ever find it.
It's a great way to get in on the game.
Yeah, and then we may still have a few spots left on the Blitz deck sub. It was filling up literally as we were coming on the stream. So first of all, thanks to everybody who's supporting us. Really, it means everything. It means the world to us.
And thanks to Legend Story for a great game and for partnering with us to make it happen.
Absolutely. So hey, take care, everybody. We'll see you next time. I'll click the buttons here.
And I'm going to wave out.
And we're out. Oh, my mouse isn't working. There it is.